Oh yes, what's going on everybody? It's the Flying Pig here on Flying Pig United with another cheeky little stream for you lads and lasses. Good evening, it's time for the evening news show where we go over all the latest Man United goings on, including the latest transfer dealings and anything else that pops up during this show as well. We'll be on here for at least an hour, seeing all the latest updates that come out throughout the evening and covering all the evening's news that's already come out. So good evening everybody, thank you very much for joining us and getting in here for the stream tonight. Let's see what legends are among us. Welcome in everyone. We have got Johnny M, what's happening? Mike Hill, Stay Gold, Kingslayer, Duncan, Edward Reed, Colin Ralph, Henry, Stacey, Adam, Let's Be Avenue, welcome in guys, Johnny, Nikolai Lindquist, Mohammed, oh yes, Mike Jones, Simon Almeida, get in there my son, Kieran, Kingslayer, 1 Mil Bill, Andrew Goncars, Cavalier as well, Steve McGregor, Momo Mino, Anthony, how you all doing tonight? James Smith, the Cake Cadet, Martin Carlo, what's going on? Ronnie and Vincent Bullock, hello to you, Martin Stokes, the Hoop Man, Mark N, Dublin Games, Alec Williams, and everybody else as well. You know, thank you very much for joining us and getting in here for the stream, you bunch of legends. Hope you're all having a great evening. Do us a favour at the start of this show, smash that like button on this video. That's right. Give us a massive like spike, everybody, if you're just getting in here, and welcome in Jar Cause and Langy86 you Don, Paul Holland, MEFC fan, Stephen Shipman, TJ. Everyone, thanks so much for getting involved with the stream tonight. Yes, we've got plenty to get into tonight. Should be a good show. We'll also, of course, stick around until the end and have a Q&A where we get into the live chat, see what you legends are saying. But it is an interactive channel, and we do get in and out of the live chat throughout the show anyway. So we'll cover the news, and we'll be getting in and out of the live chat, see what you legends have got to say for yourselves. So please do that. And as Vutinator says here, we got 44 likes. Smash that like button. Let's get 100 likes on the stream. Oh yeah. Drop a thumbs up on it at the start of the show. That would be awesome. Give us a little like spike and share it around. I've pinned the tweet to the top of the live chat on Twitter. You know the drill by now. Give it a share on Twitter. Give us a retweet. We will shout you out later on in the show to say thank you for giving us a retweet and helping us spread the word. But yeah, I'm not too bad. Thank you, TJ. I hope you're all good. I mean, I've got a bit of a headache today, guys. Well, I've had a headache since I woke up this morning, but particularly this evening, I've got a bit of a monster headache. And I don't know, it's almost like I've woken up feeling like Harry Maguire or something. I've got like a really weighty cranium right now. My cranium feels large and painful. Somewhat Harry Maguire-esque, some may say. Hopefully it, subsides soon, but it is annoying. Hey there, Gennard, what's going on? You got your nephew round and watched him tear up Division 9 on FIFA. Go on, the Cake Cadet, lad. Go on, he's teaching you a thing or two then. Go on, that. Abdi Curry, welcome everyone. Bloody cranium. Yeah, he's got a large cranium, the guy, and I feel like I've got the weight of Slabby on my cranium right now, which is not good. But anyway, yeah, so let's get into the news then, folks. Let's get into the latest news of the evening. So we'll kick things off with, it's not major news or anything, but there is an update on, Glazer's out wankers. Absolutely, Pal Mario says get some updates in on the Glazer's out wankers. I was going to go into a different segue there, but seeing as you've done this. So yeah, there is some reports coming out this evening that the Glazer shithouses are have essentially paused the sale of the club at this moment in time due to not getting good enough offers. We'll see about that. But what a bunch of absolute scum as if it's the case, guys. Of course, there is expected to be a big protest before the Wolves game. Hopefully, we'll stop it from even happening. Because that's kind of what needs to happen, really, at this moment, to try and convince these Glazer shithouses to go and to just make them realise still that this fan base will not be silenced and that we hate them and that we won't let their continued, what's the word, manipulation of the fan base and their strangulation of Manchester United take place. We won't stand for it anymore. So yes, let's get a hashtag Glazer out in the live chat and do what you can in regards to that Wolves game. Obviously, if you're attending the game or near Manchester or whatnot, go and protest. Go and protest. Do a ring of rosy around the stadium and stop them getting in. And do what you can. Everybody can do what they can in a some sort of way, shape, or form, whether it be refusing to buy the merchandise or refusing to buy the products of the sponsors. I know it's difficult, isn't it? But it can be done. You don't have to buy the sponsors' stuff. You don't have to eat Cadbury Whisper Golds, for instance, although they are bloody nice. Let's be honest, But you don't have to. You can protest at this moment in time. And also, like I say, there is expected to be a big protest for the Wolves game, maybe even to the point where it shuts down the game. That's the idea. This is what needs to be done, really, to get these Glazer parasites out of the football club. We saw it a couple of years back with the Liverpool game that did not go ahead because of protests. I mean, it can be done. It's extreme. Nobody wants to see the club get punished. Nobody wants to see us, after we've been waiting all summer long, start the season in such a negative fashion. But the point is, those parasites are still here. The scumbags are still here. And so, I don't know what's going to get the message through to them, but at this moment, it just seems like they are not really in a rushed situation trying to get rid of this football club. Otherwise, they'd have sold it, surely, by now, during this summer period where there was no football on. You'd think that they would do that. So, yeah, I'm with you, pal Marius. Hashtag Glazers out, lad. And thank you very much for being a member for 27 months there. I appreciate that, dude. And Henry says, boycott all the merchandise. Absolutely. I couldn't agree more with you. I will not be buying a new Manchester United shirt until those Glazer shithouses have gone out of the football club. Absolutely not. Just out of sheer principle, will not be buying a Manchester United shirt until they're gone. Even though the new United shirt looks pretty damn fine and sexy, I will not be purchasing one until those Glazer shitbags have gone. And I encourage everybody to feel the same way as well, So there you go. But hey, the Glazers are still here at the moment. We don't want them here. Protest all you can, scream it from the rooftops, pass it around, Glazers are wankers. Pass it around, Glazers out, do what you can. Everybody can only do what they can do, really, but individually it's hard to have an impact. But as a collective, we certainly can do more. We certainly can at least be heard. We can, let's face it, if the Wolves game didn't go ahead, there would obviously be a big media coverage all around the world, like there was for that Liverpool game. And that can affect things like share prices, sponsors. Commercially, it might have a knock-on effect for the Glazer shithouses, and if they feel like they can't make as much money from Manchester United because of the tumultuous situation at the football club, then just maybe they will get their act together and try and sell up sooner rather than later. Who knows? I mean, they've got the ownership of the club right now. They can more or less do what they want. But it's a different sort of a business, this, to most businesses. Most businesses don't have millions or even hundreds of millions of fans around the world who feel passionately about the business. Most businesses are just there selling a product people could either live without or go and find an alternative. But this is different. This is passion. This is blood. This is Man United. So this is actually completely a different sort of a business to a regular business. So they can't keep ignoring the fan base and just doing what they want and keeping hold of the club. Hashtag Glaze out. Get rid of these wankers. Couldn't agree more. Well said, guys. There you go. Rushmano says, Pig, I protested and stayed out of the ground for 18 minutes but got stick from fans when I went back to my seat. I went nuts at them. Disgraceful reaction to me coming into the ground late. That is absolutely disgusting, isn't it, Rushmano? I mean, that's the thing. There's a lot of idiots out there. The majority, to be fair, who don't understand just how poor that the owners are treating this football club. I don't know how anybody could give you, or spurn you for going and doing your part by avoiding and boycotting the first part of the game in a planned protest. Don't know what's the matter with people. That's the thing. I mean, I guess, there's an element of poor sandwich brigade going on there, lad. or even just I don't know, people like to wear their blinkers, don't they? They like to put their blinkers on. As long as they're getting their player, they can have their half-time pie. That's all they really give a shit about. But in reality, they don't think about the fat cat upstairs siphoning the money out of the football club. You're a passionate fan, Rushy, who loves the football club and wants to see what's best for the football club, and that is the difference, really. So you're never going to get everybody singing from the same hymn sheet on this, but the more people that can actually get involved with protesting the Glazers' ownership, the better. It's more likely to convince them to go. I mean, at the moment, it's a small percentage of the fan base really does those protests at the stadium, really gets involved, or quite a small percentage, really, when you see it on TV. These planned protests, these boycottings of the opening part of the game, etc. Most of the stadium is still full. And so it's obviously just a minority at the moment that are actually prepared to starve themselves of the football, even for a short time, to prove a point. And that's a shame, really. But unless everybody is singing from the same hymn sheet, it is going to be hard to convince them to go. If everybody actually did it, if everybody sang from the same hymn sheet here, and wasn't as divided, and they were united, hence the word in United's name, they were united with this message to the Glazer shithouses, and there wasn't hardly anybody in the stadium, and nobody was buying the merch, and their bottom line was being affected and they were hurt financially speaking, surely it would have a massive knock-on effect, and they would have to consider what's going to happen in the future and maybe cut their losses and sell. I.e., if games aren't going ahead, if their merchandise revenue stops, if their ticket revenue falls, if their commercial ability and the ability to generate cash drops, surely these wankers are going to have to go eventually. And that £6 billion on the table from Sheikh Jassim looks a heck of a lot better if they've got a tumultuous situation at the football club. So there you go. I mean, I don't really know how the Glazers split our fan base, Edward Reed, but it seems that they do. I think people just like to put their blinkers on and carry on as normal, even though they know that their ownership's bad. I've not met any United fan, to be honest, that thinks that the Glazers are actually good. None of them. I don't think anyone. I mean, you hear sometimes the rival fans, like, for instance, or Graham Souness. A couple of weeks ago, I remember him doing an interview that basically said, the Glazers have never starved any manager for money. The Glazers have never, hindered the football. It's rubbish, though. They hinder the football in a lot of ways. They had a wanky banker in charge for many years who was making bad decisions for them, whose sole purpose of being there in the job was just to make them money and oversee the money. That's why they had a wanky financier guy in there. And still, all the facilities are lacking. They supposedly are invested £8 million in Carrington and getting women's changing rooms and all this bollocks at this moment in time. And the bloody toilet for the women probably amount to a pig in plastic bucket, in those Glazer toss pots. So don't put up with it, guys. They haven't done enough. Most Man United fans, I think, are on the same page. It's just that there's a lot of people who are prepared to just continue with the blinkers on. I know, exactly. There you go, Mike Hill. You got stuck for this a few weeks ago saying he's part of the problem because he doesn't open his mouth. He sat there like a nodding dog. What's that all about there, Berbalad? People think the Glazers spend their own money, not a single penny. Precisely, exactly. That's why the club is still in like £1 billion debt nearly. It's absolutely ridiculous. No, they're not fans themselves, 39 as fuck. They're not fans at all, bud. They bought the club with the sole purpose, I think, of strangling the finances at Manchester United, of siphoning money out of the football club, of buying the football club with borrowed money and watching it appreciate as an asset. Why is the football club still in the same amount of debt, if not more, actually? It's in more debt than when they first bought the football club. How can that be good management of this football club? Every single year servicing the interest on those debts. It's a shocker, really. They just suck money out of the club. It's a disgrace and a nonsense. It's a big, fat, juicy cash cow for them. I don't know, Ravens man Sand. Who knows? He says, how did you become so charismatic? Dude, I don't know, I think it's just from a life lived. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I'm not that charismatic myself. But, hey, no worries, Jarvis Cocker. He says, thanks for covering this, Pig. It needs to be said. Absolutely. Yes, absolutely it does. Good to see you, Jarvis. Absolutely it does. It's just very disappointing that still at this stage we haven't seen a progression of a sale of this football club and these guys are still here. And because of the amount of money they've been spending in this summer transfer window, it just begs the question, are these toe rags actually going to sell up? Or are they just trying to pull the wool over our eyes and making it seem like they were thinking about selling the football club just so they can keep hold of it for a bit longer and siphon more money out of the football club and wait for the value to go up even more, and that they're not in any rush to sell it? It does seem like that may be the case. I mean, we don't know exactly what their thinking is. There's lots of different varying reports saying, some of the Glazers want to sell and a couple of them don't. And from 8 months ago, we were trying to obviously get a clear position whether or not these guys were going to sell or not. They spoke openly and publicly to say that they had installed the Rain Group to oversee things, that they were looking at getting outside investment, and they were also basically floating the idea of selling the whole football club. And this was some 8 or 9 months ago when they were actually having these conversations. And we haven't had a conclusion yet. It's still in the same limbo situation. So are they not happy about the offers that are on the table? I mean, I know it's hard because there's NDAs and things like that. You're not allowed to disclose information if you're in this process, obviously, with the football club to try and buy it. So you don't actually hear from the horse's mouths in regards to Sir Jim and Sheikh Jassim and these guys what the latest situation is their side because of NDAs, etc. But you would expect that there's good offers on the table for the Glazers here. Lots of media saying 6 billion is perhaps somewhere in the region that Sheikh Jassim has bid. Sounds like a cracking offer. It's a cracking offer when the club's in debt and they stand to make almost $1 billion each, or the Glazer shithouses can make $1 billion each, and they can piss off into the sunset and let us have our football club back. But unfortunately, it is a big, juicy, fat cash cow for those guys. And they know that if they just keep hold of the football club, it's only going one way. It's only appreciating as an asset. It's only getting more and more expensive. It's only making more and more money in the future. So the Glazers at this moment, they're just continuing to try and pull the wool over the fan base's eyes. They're still essentially... They're just lying. They're liars, guys. They're absolute liars. Where is the movement in terms of the club sale? We want the club to be sold. We want new owners. This isn't a regular business. We have millions of passionate fans around the world. This is not a regular business. So we're still awaiting some sort of announcement. Hopefully it comes very soon. Rushy says, the weird thing is the Buccaneers fans believe the Glazers spend all their money on Manchester United. Talks about PR spend. Yeah, there you go. Exactly. We spend only what we generate as a football club, more or less. You know, it's not like we've got sugar daddies that go and put money into the football club, a la Roman Abramovich when he was at Chelsea, or Sheikh Jassim at Man City. The club generates hundreds of millions a year, and we spend some of that money on players and make it seem like we're spending a heck of a lot of money. But it's not come out the Glazers' back pocket. No, quite the contrary. If they travel over to a bloody game, a cup final, they build a football club for the private jet. These are the sort of owners we've got. So it's just literally, it couldn't even be further from the truth, could it, that these guys spend anything on this football club. It's all just money that this club generates, and then they siphon money out of the football club. It's a disgrace and a nonsense. The Biscuit Bandit, thank you very much for your super sticker there. Super chat, he says, Bourbon Biscuits, Jammy Dodgers, or BNs? Crikey, what a question. Wow. Thanks for lightening the mood there, the Biscuit Bandit. I'm going to say, I like a Jammy Dodger because it bleeds red, my son. Just like me. Just like me, it bleeds red. You know what I'm saying? With that jam centre. BNs are good too. Let's be honest, they are. And Bourbon's a classic. Maybe cheapness-wise, they're best bang for your buck. Anyway, Biscuit Bandit, enough of that nonsense. Thank you for getting in here, bud, with a super chat, though. Appreciate it. Right, anyway, yes, getting that Adam Haniff. Glazers out, couldn't agree more. So, screw the Glazers, guys. Let's get some Glazers outs in there. We're going to start off the show, though, with the transfer news business now. We're going to get into the latest goings on. Obviously, we're waiting for an official confirmation here. We're still waiting for an official confirmation that Rasmus Hojlund has indeed passed his medical with flying colours. We know he had his first part of his medical today, obviously. We're waiting for a tier 1 source to come out and say, I've seen a few reports on social media at this moment this evening saying, oh, he has passed his medical. But nobody who we can really definitively trust, in all fairness, at this moment. Maybe as I've been talking about the Glazers over the last 10 minutes, something has come out. But so far, nothing too much about Rasmus Hojlund and his medical, guys. That is what we'll discuss in a moment. Hopefully, during this show, we will get more information that comes out in regards to him passing that medical. Do us a favour, though, if you're just getting in here, there's 273 absolute legends, no doubt, in this stream right now. Make sure you smash that like button. We got 123 likes. Smash the like button on this video if you're just getting in here, guys. Let's get this sucker to 169 likes. And give us a share around. The tweet's pinned at the top of the chat there. Go give us a retweet. And that will help us spread the word of the show. And that way we might even get a few new people in here. Look at that. We're on 72,712 subscribers now, peeps. Just a couple hundred away from 73,000, which is absolutely amazing. Shout out to all the new legends and all the old legends as well. Get in there, Georgie Best 1007, you handsome bastard. Look at this handsome bastard right there. Thank you, Georgie Best. What a hero, lad. No worries, Rushmano. He says, sorry, Pig, for getting frustrated, but I love this club, and all I can see is it's slowly going downhill. We are fucked with them in charge. People really don't realise this. Dude, I know there's some people just pretend that things are carrying on as normal. I'm with you. I mean, look how shackled we are compared to the top teams. Just look at what happened with City the other day, right? City have owners who spend a shitload of cash. They've just won the treble. And instead of just like siphoning money out of the club and paying out dividends and just resting on their laurels, they're trying to still take the club forward further. They had a planning application recently approved from Manchester City Council there to actually have the Etihad improved upon, more seats, a sky bar, hotel rooms, and the lot. You know, they're constantly trying to strive to improve the football club. And it pisses me off because we're the biggest, best club in Manchester, and we shouldn't being left behind in every department, not just on the football pitch. That's the worst part, obviously, we're being left behind on the football pitch. But we're being left behind everywhere else as well. We're being left behind with the facilities and the infrastructure and everywhere. And it is a shambles the way that they run this football club. United, with the history we have, when you think about us winning everything, when, I was growing up as a kid in the 90s, watching Man United win absolutely everything with Fergie at the wheel. When you think about that and the sustained success that we had on the football pitch and the fact that it was the most supported club in the world, we should be the cutting edge. We should be the state of the art in every single department with the way that this football club's supported globally. But unfortunately, because of those guys who own and run the football club and don't think about the football club's best interest, really, just think about the finances, we are not. And we should be. We actually should be. Take away the shackles off the Glazers' ownership, give us a half-decent owner, and watch Manchester United flourish into the biggest, best team in the world again. But right now, we're not there. People say, you spent 180 million this window. Yeah, we have. We spent 180 million on a few players. That doesn't fix the whole generational problem of these guys' ownership. It doesn't fix the fact that other teams are improving all their facilities and stadia and making strides in different departments such as youth recruitment and scouting networks and everywhere you could possibly imagine within a club, and we are stagnating. We still use a 1980s Brother Fax machine, for Pete's sake. It's a disgrace. So, it's just one of those. I mean, what are we doing, really? The Glazers have to go, and until they do, this club will still be massively shackled. Oh, exactly. Installing more seats for ex-Chelsea fans. Yeah, and they make a big song and dance about any improvements they do at our football club, no matter how meaningless. Like I say, they're talking about installing more rail standing area and stuff, rail seats or whatever. And they're also talking about, improving Carrington and giving the facilities for the women's team and all this kind of stuff that should have been done ages ago. And they're making a big song and dance about that this year. It's a disgrace. Oh, I don't know, Rajat. Just let's hope that these guys go. I mean, I think you've just hit the nail on the head there. They're greedy. And what has happened here is, what I think has happened, it's easy to say this from the outside looking in, because none of us truly know. Obviously, like I say, there's NDAs, people can't, non-disclosure agreements, people can't talk about the ins and outs of this deal if they've entered into these negotiations, i.e. just Siemens to Jim, etc. But what I think's happening from the outside looking in is that they know there's a lot of interest from a couple of different bidders, the key ones being the likes of Sir Jim and Sheikh Jassim. And what they're doing essentially is they are just like, they're dangling a carrot and they're moving the goalposts as far as they possibly can each time until they can't move them anymore and they get as much money as that they can possibly get. So we know that there's been a few different offers from Sheikh Jassim initially, so like 4 billion to begin with, then 5 billion, then 6 billion apparently. It's like, why stop there? If you know that somebody's super interested and may pay more money and they've got billions and billions and billions, why not say you want 8 billion now? Because that's what they're bloody saying, apparently, anyway, is that they want 8 billion for this football club. So when you know somebody's desperate for the club and they've got the money, why not ask for more money? That's the sort of mentality these people have. They're not looking for a fair sale or a quick sale or to do right by the fan base and oversee the football club in the best possible way so that we can have a good season. They'd quite happily keep the club for another year if it means they get an extra billion out of Jassim. So that's really where I think they're at. I think they're just trying to squeeze as much money out of this cash cow as they possibly can do, and they are prepared to basically keep us hostage until they get the absolute most that they can get. And they probably will, because, let's face it, it's a fantastic club, and it seems like Sheikh just seems a genuine fan of Manchester United, and they know he has got billions, and so he may well end up paying a little bit more money for it in the end. And for them to just wait it out and camp out, knowing that they can end up with a bit more money each, they will do that, because that's all that they care about is money. They don't care about actually seeing Manchester United be successful on the pitch. They just want us to be successful enough to keep the top money coming in and to keep milking this fan base. So that's my take on it, guys. I believe that's what's going on here. Thank you very much, everyone. Yes, the Arcadian says, yeah, the legends have bottled it. Absolutely. Some people don't say enough about it. Like, you see Wayne Rooney the other day saying, the Glazers done a good job, and all this nonsense that he was coming out with it. It really does wind me up, but some people are reasonably vocal about it. David Beckham, obviously, the other day, he was having an interview with David Ornstein. He basically said that he feels like now's the time for the Glazers to sell, because it's clear that the fan base wants them gone. That's what needs to happen. It's unbelievable. Right, okay. I'm going to get into the actual transfer news now. I'm sick of talking about these Glazer wankers. So, but let's get hashtag Glazers out. Smash the like on the video as well, guys. 300 legends in it. Also, hit the subscribe button if you're new. Get your thoughts and opinions in. We want to hear from you. So, Johnny Evans, guys. Johnny Evans. We're talking about Johnny Evans. This is small transfer dealings, obviously, but we're going to discuss this first. Then we'll get into the bigger stuff. And hopefully we'll have a confirmation from a big tier 1 journalist or somebody tonight that Rasmus Hojlund passed his medical with flying colours. But at the moment, let's talk about Johnny Evans. So, Johnny Evans... there's speculation that he will be signing a new 1-year deal at the football club, based on obviously he was here just for a short term. So this report says that Northern Ireland international Johnny Evans is understood to be close to agreeing a new 1-year deal at Manchester United. But there is an update from Fabrizio Romano a little while ago as well that basically says that there's not too much basis for this at this moment. So Fab said that no decision made yet by Manchester United about Johnny Evans, despite the recent speculation. United are pleased and happy with Johnny's contribution during pre-season. They're not ruling anything out. Decision expected later this month. So there were reports saying that Johnny Evans may well be signing a new deal at the football club to keep him here for at least a year. But there's no official sort of confirmation of that yet anywhere, really. Fab says that it should be addressed later on in the month. Me personally, though, I'd absolutely keep Johnny Evans. What do you reckon, guys? Keep or just let go? Keep or let go Johnny Evans? I would absolutely keep him, particularly if we're going to get rid of that human meatball, Slabby Maguire, and get him out of the football club and sell him to West Ham or even Everton or wherever the case may be. Then I would absolutely keep Johnny Evans. He's obviously a United player in the past. We should have never really got rid of Johnny Evans back in the day. Certainly we could do a lot worse than Johnny. Even though he's mid-30s now, his experience is basically second to none in that United squad. When you think about actually all the players that are there who know how to win, I think he's the only Premier League winner in terms of a player who won the Premier League at Manchester United. He won it a few times, the Premier League, 3 times, I believe, Champions League, etc. Before De Gea went, obviously he had won the Premier League at United with us. But Johnny Evans, I believe right now in the squad, correct me if I'm wrong, is the only player at Manchester United who has won the Premier League. Now, this is advantages mentally and experience-wise that you just can't really buy. So, Johnny Evans, previous Man United winner, that means something to have around the squad. His experience will be invaluable. So I think personally, keep the guy for a year contract. What's he really going to be paid? Peanuts compared to Slabby. He will honour the badge. We know that much. He'll give it his all. Yeah, he may not be, he may not be Mohamed Imad Maldini or anything like some ridiculous, awesome centre-back these days, but he's still a good standard player. And in my opinion, probably just as good as Slabbo Maguire. So Johnny Evans could well be staying at United for a little bit longer, and I'm well open to that, guys. Very open to seeing that happen. Think he's a good Man United player. Nothing great about him, but he's only coming in to play like 5th or 6th choice centre-back, and that's fine by me. Gives him a good club to play for, gives him a bit more longevity in the game at the top level. It fits everybody. He'll be a cheap signing for us. Perfect. So yes, get Johnny Evans in, guys, for another year if we can, but more on that later on in the month, hopefully. Right, okay, so just on Slabby Maguire, peeps, let's talk about the Slab for a second. So we're talking about maybe a replacement for Slab, hopefully coming in if we can get rid of him. So we know that West Ham's situation is that they're interested in Harry Maguire, hence them coming in for a bid the other day and us rejecting it, which I still find pretty mad. But obviously we're trying to negotiate and get a little bit more cash for the guy. Why wouldn't you at least try and get an extra 5 mil or even 10 mil and meet them somewhere in the middle and have a negotiation? That makes sense. Get more money than you... Get as much money as you possibly can for the Slab. But apparently, David Moyes is still keen on Harry Maguire and wants to find a way to do a deal with Man United this summer. So 30 million's too much, obviously, but maybe 25 million, get the deal done, sell him away for 25 mil. What do you reckon, guys? Keep or sell Harry Maguire if you can get 25 million pounds from West Ham? I don't think they'll go much more than that, but I think 5 million quid, Moyes not going to go, oh, you know what, let's just sack off this England international centre-back for the sake of 5 million. Their offer to begin with was quite low, but it's low because of the wages that he's paid. So some people think, oh no, they're taking the piss with a low offer like that. We should be asking for double. I don't share that same opinion. I think because of the guy's amount of wages that he's paid weekly, it's just too much cash to justify them spending a heck of a lot of cash on the guy. So I say 25 million, snatch their hand off, run all the way to the bank and hope that we don't get tackled by a ginger goblin on the way. That's what I'm hoping. sell says Templar and Pablo. And then, even if they do make an agreement with West Ham for the sale of Harry Maguire, it still comes down to the possibility that this guy might turn around with that big old cranium of his and say, I don't want to go. I'm not fucking leaving. He might do the old Wolf of Wall Street day, you know what I'm saying, and refuse to leave Manchester United because we got Champions League football, because it means something to be a big bollocks Man United player. He might not want to go to West Ham because it is a smaller club. Depends entirely on the guy. Does he want to go and play week in, week out and be a big part of a smaller club at West Ham? They are in the Europa League. They are a decent standard. David Moyes is a decent manager. And they're obviously, you know, capable of finishing mid-table in the Premier League. That's about the right standard for Slavo Maguire. Or he demands the very best of the best. He refuses to leave United. He turns into Phil Jones 2.0, collecting his fat money every single week and doing nothing for it. That is also a possibility. So it does depend entirely on what this guy actually wants. We can say until we're blue in the face that we want Maguire sold to West Ham. But unless he's prepared to go, there's not really much anybody can do about it. Ten Hag can do something about it, I suppose, and say, hey, look, listen, Slabby, you are no longer wanted by me. You're no longer going to play in the team. You are now 7th choice centre-back. If you want, you can go and assist Doris in making the cups of tea, and you can cut up the oranges at half-time. But other than that, you are not part of the team, my friend. You're not part of the playing squad. And maybe, just maybe, that would convince Harry Maguire to go and play elsewhere at West Ham where he's actually going to be wanted and be able to play. But nobody can make him go. Nobody can make him go, just like we couldn't make Phil Jones go until his contract ran out. So, yeah, there you go. It's up in the air about the slab. Perhaps we'll find out a little bit more soon if West Ham will come in for another bid. But one bit of new information, guys, which just hots up this deal a little bit. One nice piece of info that we've seen come out today, which I hope is damn true, is this. Hey, thank you for your highlighted member comment there, by the way. Let's get in there. Let's get a hashtag 18 in there for Marty McFly. Mate, thank you so much there, bro. He says 74,310 Greg's sausage rolls for the slab. That's a bloody good offer, to be fair, lad. That's a genuinely good offer. Marty McFly, thank you so much for being a member 18 months. Let's get a hashtag 18 in there for Marty. Good to see you, my friend. Think, McFlys, think. Hey, thank you so much there as well to Roy Race, aka Roy the Rovers. Thank you, Roy the Rovers there, bro, for the super sticker of the number 1 there, bro. It's his first super chat, actually, I think. Oh, yeah, it says to celebrate the first super chat from Roy. Mate, Roy, thank you very much for that, bro. He says, in the end, it's not about who you sign. Why not sign me? I'll score the goals, pig, mate. You what? Roy of the Rovers, hey, fair enough. Well, we could probably do worse. Thank you very much for your super chat there, bud. I appreciate it. Let's get some love hearts in there for Roy of the Rovers there, peeps. Thanks very much for that, lad. You what? Send us a video. Send us a video of your skills, lad. Send us a vid. Thank you very much, bro. Roy's your real name, is it? It's a good name. It's a good name. Anyway, thank you. Yeah, worth a shot, my friend. You know, please send a video to the scouting department at Manchester United there, lad. Nice one. Good man. I got no say in it, unfortunately. But thank you, Roy. Appreciate that, you legend. That's a good one. That's a good one. Okay, anyway, this is what I was going to say, guys. There's now reports coming out today that Everton have joined the race to sign Manchester United defender Harry Maguire. Come on, get in there. Let's hope it's true. Let's hope there's a bidding war for the slab. Let's hope there's some people crazy enough out there to go and get him. Now, to be fair to these teams, these are the right sort of teams for Slabo Maguire. Perfect destinations for these guys. Mid-table to lower Premier League standard teams who play the right sort of gas-tastic football that would suit Slabo Maguire right down to the ground. You think about Everton, right? You think about Sean Dyche, the ginger. Why are they all ginger? I don't know. All these people that want Harry Maguire are ginger. What's that all about? Anyway, Slabby Maguire wanted by David Moyes, wanted by Sean Dyche. Dyche's got that ginger beard on the go, hasn't he? And these guys could obviously get the best out of him with the type of football that they play. Think about Dyche's football. Obviously, listen, Dyche, you didn't see a lot of it towards the end of the season because he was only there a short time before the season finished, obviously. But previously, you look at his record at Burnley, you look at how he played his football. You know, Sean Dyche's the sort of guy, yeah. Is that Eric? Eric Ten Hag? Eric Ten Hag, I'd like to make an offer for Slabby Maguire, please. You know, I'll give you 6 bags of worms,
And also, I'll come and paint your garage at the weekend. And also, I'll let you have a go on me wife. I'll let you have a go on me wife if you give us Harry Maguire, because, you know, he's perfect for my team. We can play low block football, you know. I love playing low block football. I'm going to try and get the old band back together. Try and maybe get Tarkowski, you know, all these guys. Everton, you know, he'd be perfect for me. I know he's been an absolute complete atrocity over at United. But listen, he'd be perfect for me, Eric. I'll let you sleep with my wife, Eric, please. Please give me the slab.
You know, you could just imagine it would be perfect for Sean Dyche and Everton with the way that he plays his football. Low block football. Harry Maguire's the definition of a low block defender. He's even got a low block on his shoulders, for Pete's sake. Look at that thing. It's like a cuboid. You know, this guy's got on his shoulders, guys. He's a perfect low block defender. I even think maybe the term low block defender was made for Harry Maguire because of the block on his head. So it's perfect. He would be able to actually do a fantastic job for Sean Dyche and play the right sort of football for him. Why would you don't need to worry about Slabby Maguire in a team that's constantly sitting back? He's perfect for that sort of team. He can even play out from the back very well. He can head the ball away with that big old cuboid he calls a head, and he can, you know, he can be a good low block defender. The only thing that he's not good at is any sort of movement. But he can be an old school, old fashioned, old style centre back, which is what Sean Dyche wants and Sean Dyche likes him for. So if you think about it, it's almost the ideal fit for a Sean Dyche team. It really is. So if that's true, and they want to maybe go in and have a cheeky little bid for him, they would actually be getting themselves, I was going to say a Rolls Royce of a centre back then. More like a Roy's Rolls of a centre back from fucking Coronation Street. You know what I'm saying? More like fucking Roy's Rolls coming in there, mate, playing for them instead. But no, I was going to say a Rolls Royce of a centre back, but for a low block team, that's what he would be. You know, more like a bloody Robin Reliant of a centre-back, if anything. But, you know, square, maybe a transit van of a centre-back. But either way, you know, they would actually be getting themselves a banging centre-back for Sean Dyche's purposes. It's horses for courses, isn't it? That's what it is. It's like, would Lewis Hamilton be the best at banger racing? He might be pretty good at it, but, you know, he's not going to be as good as old Billy Banger Bertie Willie Cough Drop or whatever his name is, who goes down at the old track every single week smashing people up in his old 4 Cortina, is he? He's better on the old F1 track. You know what I'm saying? So it's different courses for different people. You know, so there you go, peeps. He's a player that could be wanted by certain teams. So hopefully Everton come a knocking for him, putting a decent offer. Hopefully West Ham are still interested in him, and David Moyes, the Ginger Goblin, still wants a piece of that slabby Maguire pie. And then hopefully we can get him off of our books and go and reinvest that money elsewhere. And then we'll be a better team for it. He literally is just a 6th or 7th choice backup at this moment in time. No point keeping a man on 200 grand a week who's never going to play. See you later on, Slabbo. Thanks for the absolute dash-tastic service over the last couple of years, you complete loser. Thanks for all the bottle jobbing you've been doing left, right and centre, lad. No, in all fairness, he's a nice guy and everything, but he's just not the right sort of player for United, is he? He doesn't possess the abilities we require, particularly in a Ten Hag side. He's shite. Zami Yassi with a $9.99 super chat. Get in there, my son. Thank you very much. Thank you so much there, Zami Yassi. He says, Piggy, why didn't you sign the Brentford goalkeeper who's coming to us? He's Premiership proven, a modern version of De Gea. We have the best transfer window, plus he's better than Onana. Super chat. Can we get some face palms in the low chat, please, guys? Oh, my God. Zamiasi, there's a reason we didn't go for him, mate. He is actually genuinely good. I think he's good. This is coming from the same guy who's, for the last year or two, has been telling me that Ramsdale is 10 times better than David De Gea. You've been telling me that, Zamiasi, that Ramsdale's better than De Gea. And now you're saying this guy's the modern version of De Gea. What is the matter with you, bro? You are a contradiction, a walking contradiction, lad. The reason we didn't go for him is because Ten Hag has a working relationship with Andre Onana. Have you seen Andre Onana during our pre-season? The guy's like Paul Scholes, mate, with his distribution, sir. He can ping a ball like you wouldn't believe. We're going to score a shitload of goals just because of Andre Onana's distribution, dude. And he's a totally different keeper to De Gea. That's why we've gone and got him. That's why Ten Hag's wanted him. He's buying players that fit his system, isn't he? That's what he's doing. So yeah, fair enough. I know you are now going to be talking about getting David Raya and, but you know what? Actually, nobody gives a shit, bud, about Arsenal Hollands anyway. You always come in here talking about Arsenal. We don't actually care for a start. But secondly, we've gone and got the goalkeeper that we want for Ten Hag's system. And he's not better than Onana, mate. He's not better than Onana. We'll find out, won't we, throughout the course of the season. But I think Onana looks pretty awesome so far for United. And you're replacing your Gash Ramsdale, who last year was the best keeper in the league. Nice one, Zane. Thanks very much for your super chat, though, bud. I appreciate it. Oh, my goodness me. Hashtag delusional. We got a super chat here from Marty McFly. Thank you, Marty. He says 72,715 subscribers. 1,595 left and you can fill Old Trafford. Come on, that is actually pretty amazing, isn't it, when you think about it, Marty, lad? Yeah, he's right. Actually, tell your granny about it. Tell your uncle about it. Tell your mate you went to school with who you haven't seen in 15 years. The last time you saw him, he spat on your shoes. Go and let him know about the channel. Go and tell everyone to go and subscribe to Flying Pig United. And if you are new out there, Flying Pig needs you. Hit the subscribe button if you're here for the first time ever and get yourself subscribing. That's the red button that says SUBSCRIBE. Subscribe. Click that button. That will subscribe you. It's free to subscribe. Thank you very much. We're on our way, mate, aren't we? To get into Old Trafford capacity. That is raw, lad. That is raw. The Pig Army could fill any stadium up within the Premier League, apart from the mighty Manchester United right now. He's not in Onana's league, lad. No, he's not. There's a reason we went and got Onana first. We had to pick of the bunch. We could have gone and got Raya if we wanted. Of course we could have done. We've gone and got Onana for a specific reason, because he's a Billy Big Bollocks who fits Ten Hag's system. Careful what you wish for, Zane. Thank you, Chloe Jenkins, for your super chat as well. Come on. Says, could be to do with a rumour about Braithwaite to United. Very good point as well, Chloe Jenkins. Absolutely. So the whole Maguire link could be in regards to that as well, Chloe. Yeah, so he is one of the players we're supposedly linked with. Great shout. I like your style there, Chloe. Very astute. And you never know. It could be something to do with that. Yeah, maybe we can do a cheeky deal there for Sean Dyche, So we give you give us a player. We'll give you a player. You scratch my back and I'll scratch yours. You shag my wife. And I'll stand in the corner and be a complete cuck. There you go. That's it. Sean Dyche for you. He likes a deal. He likes a deal. Wheeler dealer Sean Dyche. Primot, thank you very much indeed for a $6.99 Canadian super chat there, eh? He says, in an alternate universe, Slabby is an English copper and he's getting shit kicked by a fake Greek footballer. What the hell? Oh my goodness me. Ifedisto. For the super chat there, my friend. Kalispera. In Inspector Slab. You know what I'm saying? Thank you so much for that one, bro. Maguire's putana. Anyway, yes, thank you so much there, Primot. Gamisia tu Slabby Maguire, which means fuck off in Greek. That's what that means. Or fuck you in Greek, it means, actually, my bad. Iniesta of goalkeeper says, thank you, Billy McDougall. You know it, lad. Hey, it's Billy Banger Racing McDougall himself. Get in here, you legend. The K Cadet, thank you for your super chat. He says, no one likes you, Zane. Go and bash Avatar. Wow. K Cadet coming in here hot. Bloody hell. Do you know what, K Cadet? I don't mind Zami Asti. He comes in here talking absolute tripe. But he's amusing and he sends me a tenner every time he does. So you know what? He's all right by me. Zamiasi, you see what I mean? Exhibit A right here. Zamiasi says, who would Maguire and David Moyes play in the film Labyrinth with David Bowie? He would play that big furry thing, the one that goes, smell bad. You know that guy? Smell bad. That's Slabby Maguire. I forget the name of it now, but that big fucking fuck off furry blob thing. You know what I'm saying? Smell bad. The one who says that. What's his name? Anyway, Zamiasi, thank you very much, bro. And he'd be talking about himself, not the bog of eternal stench or whatever it is. He'd be talking about that himself, bud. Smells bad. That guy. Oh, thank you so much, Zamiasi, for that one. You see what I mean? He comes in here with funny stuff sometimes. No, actually, on hindsight, he'd be playing David Bowie's Codpiece. That's what he'd be playing. Because nobody likes that. Nobody likes watching the movie Labyrinth and having David Bowie's love spots in your face for his fucking spandex jumpsuit. Dude, even as a kid, that scarred me to life. Do you know what I mean? For life. Bloody hell. They never thought about, I don't know, different sort of costume design for that scene. You know what I mean? Bloody hell, that still scars me for life now. I think he would play David Bowie's left bollock, mate. That's what he would play. Thank you, Sammy Assey. I appreciate that. Nice one, dude. Oh, Ludo. Yeah, that's his name, lad. Ludo. He would play Ludo. Absolutely. Smell bad. That's who he would play. He'd play fucking Ludo, mate, in that movie. Good shout. Or, actually, now I think about it, you know, when she's going through that maze thing or whatever, and she's got the lipstick out, and she's writing the arrows on it, and then some little fucking goblin thing comes up underneath the fucking slab and turns the slab upside down or moves it around so it's like facing the wrong way. He would not play the goblin thing. No, he'd play the fucking concrete slab that he's moving. That's what Harry Maguire would play if he was in that film. He would play literally a prop. Anyway. Kate says, if it wasn't for the fact he's super chats, Piggy, someone would have hidden him by now. Yes. No, I'm joking. We actually wouldn't have done. You're actually wrong. Because he never says anything abusive or offensive. He just comes in there as a laugh, Kate Cadet. You know what? You need to lighten up there, Mr. Kate Cadet, lad. You know what I'm saying? The world doesn't revolve around you and your thoughts, mate. If it did, this world would be a very dark place. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, let's be a little bit more, what's the word? Welcoming to Arsenal scummers and delusional melts. You know what I'm saying? Not everyone could be as big as a knob of you, lad. You know what I'm saying? Oh, OP says Zane's an absolute legend. He's never abusive. He never goes over the line. He gets pretty close to the line sometimes, and he is quite annoying sometimes with his bullshit Arsenal guff. But got a lot of time for Sammy Assey myself, to be fair. He's a bit of a lad, isn't he? He's a bit of a lad. Legacy says, exactly, Pig. Not everything revolves around people. Yeah, exactly. Get out, Kate Cadet, mate. Do you know what I'm saying? Kate Cadet, go. That's it. Leave. See you later on. I'm joking. Kate Cadet says he's very irritating. Do you know what, Kate Cadet? There's an alternate universe, which isn't actually alternate. It's this universe that we're in right now, where some people find you just as irritating. You know what I'm saying? Not saying it's me. No, I've also got a lot of love for you as well, Kate Cadet. But just saying, I'm sure there's one or two people in here, maybe keeping their lips closed right now, who think you're an absolute knob, mate. There you go, I said it. Okay, right, let's get back into the transfer news, guys. Sorry, I can see there's updates coming from Rushman. I'm just here talking COD in this stream tonight. Let me get back into the news. Guys, do us a favour. Smash that like button, smash the subscribe button, and get in there. Right, so, peeps. West Ham and Maguire, Everton and Maguire in a love triangle involving Sean Dyche and his missus as well, who are going to be involved for that one. So we'll see what happens there, guys. Hopefully it happens soon. Let's get on to Amrabat. So Amrabat news. So many reports that the Amrabat deal is reasonably close to being completed because he wants to come to Manchester United. We're expected to be going in there very soon and very raw for him to try and get him very soon. So Amrabat could be available now that we've got the Hojlund deal wrapped up. We're expected to turn our attention to Amrabat very soon. He's got a valuation of around about 35 million euros. So getting into the late 20s, around about 30 million pounds, somewhere around about there. Seems like good value deal for Manchester United. And here is a report that just says that Sofyan Amrabat's transfer to Manchester United will be worth more than 30 million euros, potentially close to 35 million euros. Sounds fine by me. It's still a good deal for Manchester United, a cheap enough deal to get a really good player who can help transform some things in that midfield. So excellent. And it's obviously known that he prefers Manchester United. And as we talked about earlier on with some of those quotes from Sofyan Amrabat, he's got a history with Erik ten Hag. I mean, look, these are the quotes. If earlier we did an afternoon show, so sorry to repeat myself, but if you didn't see it, this is what he said in regards to Ten Hag. Sofyan Amrabat speaking about his time under Erik ten Hag at FC Utrecht. He said, he made a plan for me. He asked me about my strong points and what I wanted to improve from the first day. He was busy with me, not only me, all the players. A lot of coaches are busy in general with the team, but he put a lot of time into individual work because he knows if the individual was better, the team would be better. After every game, he would take me through a video and explain everything to me. I was 18 or 19 years old, so sometimes I was thinking, oof, again. But now, when I look back, I know it was so important for my career. I learned such a lot from him. So he's obviously, you know, very complimentary of Erik ten Hag anyway, and there's some sort of a working relationship there from when he was a young player at Utrecht. So that's great. that bodes well, and it means we're probably quite likely to get this guy in. You know, like, if you look at all the players Ten Hag's got, he's kind of getting his mates in. You know, kind of gets his mates in, or his trusted lads that he's worked with in the past. You know, like, Harry Redknapp, yeah. Oh, terrific, yeah. Nico Craigcar, let's get Nico Craigcar in the side. You know, that kind of thing. Obviously, it's not the same at all. It's really not the same. But he has obviously got a lot of his old bods back in there who he knows well, because he knows what sort of players they are. And it's different with Sofian. He was only there when he was young, up until 2017, then Ten Hag gone to Ajax. But the point is, there's obviously some sort of history there. It bodes well. He knows of the player and the character. He knows what sort of characters he wants in his team, and he's going to be able to convince him to come because of that. So he wants United. He's looking for United. There is a report that West Ham United, a.k.a. the Ginger Goblin clan, David Moyes' team, I mean, Gazzetta in Italy reporting that West Ham have made a €30 million offer for Sofian Amrabat, but he doesn't want to join them. He's awaiting Manchester United. You know what? Piss off, David. Yeah? Piss off, Moisey. What's he trying to do with this one? Anyway, so apparently that's the case anyway. Gazzetta in Italy are reporting that. Whether or not it's true or not, we'll have to wait and see. But it does look like these guys are sniffing around trying to sign Amrabat. Given the choice, clearly anybody worth anything would rather go and play for Manchester United than the Ginger Goblin David Moyes. I think this is just some sort of, I don't know, distractionary tactic, maybe to try and perhaps, I don't know, convince us to sell McTominay to them for cheaper? What do you reckon? It kind of seems like some sort of guff PR. Would make a little bit of sense, wouldn't it? So, would kind of be a little bit, it would kind of make a little bit of sense, wouldn't it, if they ended up sort of signing him, McTominay that is, for a little bit less money, because it just sort of, you know, it just sort of puts a little bit of pressure on Manchester United. Well, we're going to try and sign Sofian Amrabat. They know that we want it, obviously. So there you go. It is what it is, guys. It is what it is. We're waiting to see if maybe West Ham's interest in Sofian Amrabat's legit, but given the choice, he would want to join Manchester United. It doesn't change anything. Right now, he wants to join Manchester United. We'd obviously have to agree a deal with Fiorentina. But if you had a deal on the table from, Man United or West Ham, it's pretty obvious what you would choose. You wouldn't go and choose those West Ham mugs at all. Okay then, so Amrabat to West Ham, very unlikely. Probably just some sort of PR guff in order to, I don't know, maybe convince Manchester United to sell McTominay to them for a lesser price. But that's what we need to do. We need to sell McTominay to West Ham, go and replace McTominay with Amrabat, if we can do, and that would be absolutely lovely stuff, wouldn't it? Yep. Okay, so West Ham interested in Amrabat. What else have we got here? Oh, Fab has said that this whole Donny van de Beek interest is legit from Real Sociedad. So let's talk about this for a second. So another player we could maybe be seeing go. Let's ask the chat, guys. Keep or sell Donny van de Beek. So based on his preseason, he looked pretty good in preseason. I've been quite impressed with him. I'm happy to give him a chance. But if he's a player that can generate a bit of cash and he's not really going to play a first team role for us, maybe it does make sense to let him go while he's hot, while his stock is up. Because, right now he's looking good after preseason. But at the moment, still going to be splitting the fan base. Raw Gameplay says sell. Vincent says sell. Luke says sell. Sell says Wazza. Keep says Anthony and Beata. Yeah, sell says Mike. Too late says Colin. Keep says Dell. Sell says the Hoop Man. Sell says Stagol. Keep says Rick. Keep loan says Rajat. Sell says Gattuso. Sounds like a good fit. Sell him tomorrow says Primot. Sell says Larry. Swap for Amrabat says Les. That's not a bad shout, is it? Sell says Adam. Berber says, give Donny a chance. He's been our best player on tour. I'm with you there as well. I think he probably has earned himself a chance at least. Gash Merchant says, stay gold. Donny deserves one more chance. If it doesn't work out for him the next few months, you could always try and get rid of him in January, I suppose. Go says TC Boy. Keeps says Howard. Sell for 25 mil says Danny. Adam says Glazer's out. You would sell McFred. I would rather sell those two ahead of Donny actually now, yeah. Yeah, exactly, Kate. You know me. We're just bantering, lad. We're just bosom buddies bantering. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying, Kate Cadet? That's right. Donny for Amrabat says, let's go with it. Oh, keep him, says Kingslayer. Nice one, Jarvis. No worries, lad. Okay, then. Keep that on your own channel, mate. I'm the one doing the news around here, yeah? iPaper Sport? Yeah, I read that earlier, mate. iPaper Sport is the source. Come on, bud. No, fair play. No, I did actually talk about that earlier, about the that the takeover process had been effectively paused. I did read that out earlier. But I do the news around here, Jarvis. All right, mate? Nice one. Anyway, so Donny van der Beek, right? We talked about that right at the start of the show, by the way. If you want to go back and hear the thoughts on the Glazers out and the latest news in regards to what that story is about, then go back and watch the start of the stream. But anyway, we're talking about Donny van der Beek right now. Stop trying to derail me, guys. I'm trying to talk about Donny at this moment in time, yeah? So, Donny van der Beek to Real Sociedad. That's the news, guys, and that's legit news. Exclusive, Real Sociedad have approached Manchester United today for Donny van der Beek. First formal contact between the clubs after initial talks with the player side last week. Man United clubs now discussing formula and terms of the deal. It will depend on conditions decided by United. So a lot of people suggesting, sell Donny maybe strike while the iron's hot, so to speak. He's got a good pre-season under his belt now. His stock is slightly higher than it would have been. Maybe we can convince Real Sociedad to give us a little bit of cash and we can sell a player that, let's face it, most of us would have been happy to bin off for 15 or 20 million just a couple of months ago. But because he's had a decent pre-season, it does make you think he could play some sort of role in the squad. We're going to need squad players. We're going to need players in there for the depth. We're going to have have players to come in when Mount or Bruno and Cassie and these guys and Amrabat and Ericsson are not available. So you still need to have a bit of depth at United. Kobbie Mainoo's out injured at the moment. We can't get rid of all three of those dash players. Hey, no worries, Jarvis Cocker. That's all good, mate. No worries, no worries, lad. Yeah. I do the news around here, bud. I'm just kidding around. But thank you very much for getting in there. While I'm talking about a completely different topic, though. You know what I'm saying? Rushmano said subscribe to the channel. Yes, indeed. Smash the subscribe if you're just getting in here. And all that stuff as well. Thank you. 316 legends watching this stream tonight. Give me a hell yeah in the live chat, because that's a Steve Austin amount of people. And drop a little like on it if you haven't done either. That would be awesome. And, of course, get your thoughts and opinions in. Pig, the Prem too fast for Donny? Maybe, but, I mean, hit the ball's faster than the man. He's got good passing ability. He's never really hit the ground running at United. He's never really proven himself to be a quality player in the Premier League, though. He's been given various chances. When he's had these chances, he just really hasn't taken his chances. Otherwise, he'd have been featuring more in the side. For whatever manager, Ollie, Ragnick, and even Ten Hag, he got injured. He was all right, though, I guess, under Ten Hag, and then he got injured. It's a shame. He's one of those, isn't he? He's kind of like, it doesn't matter if he goes, and it doesn't really matter if he stays. If he stays, he's going to play a bit part rotationary role and be a good squad player. And if he does end up going, then we've generated some cash and we've got rid of a player who's probably never going to amount to all that much at United. So I can understand why people want to get rid. I, at this moment, still think he's worth giving a little bit of a chance to right now, just to see how he can do this season as a squad player. Certainly if we're going to get rid of Fred and maybe even McTominay. So I say keep Donny, actually, and sell McTominay and sell Fred. If you can sell those two players, the combination of shite, which we've seen many, many times, Fred and Donny, then keep, Fred and McTominay, then keep Donny, because Donny van der Beek is obviously going to be a better option, certainly in a technical passing midfield, than those other two. Okay, so here we go. Look at this, guys. We've got a bit of information now. Fabrizio Romano has just tweeted out an update on Amrabat. Let me get this in there, guys. We've discussed Amrabat, but we're just going to shelve the Donny stuff for a minute and go over to Amrabat. We've got some a breaking report here. It's not really that key or anything. Doesn't really change anything, but there's a bit of breaking information from the man who goes by the name of Fabrizio Romano, and we'll just discuss it really quick now. So he's just tweeted out actually saying that we've got some quotes from Amrabat. Let's take a little look at this. I'll pop it on the screen for you guys. Let's have a little look and see what's going on. So here it is. In the bottom right hand corner, you should be able to see it pop up in a second. Amrabat quotes after friendly game. He says, I don't know if I'm leaving. Maybe I can stay here at Fiorentina. And Fabrizio's told there are no changes. Man United will keep working on Amrabat and we want him. But talks are on the player's side. No bid yet. Reports about official bids last week were premature. Yep, definitely. So that's basically the situation. So he would agree to come to Manchester United. He's keen on joining United. The player talks have happened. Man United, probably Ten Hag, as we said some speculative reports stating that Ten Hag's actually had a conversation with Amrabat to gauge whether he wants to come. and all positive by all accounts. But in regards to anything official, there is no verbal offer, there is no official written offer, there is nothing yet as of now from Manchester United. So that's what we've been saying as well over the last couple of days, that there's nothing official yet from Manchester United. So the talks are on, though. Talks are on. Give it a few days. Hopefully we will properly turn our attentions to bringing in Amrabat from Fiorentina, sign a cheeky deal with Fiorentina for somewhere in the region of 30 to 35 million euros. Sounds good. And a lot of different outlets in Italy saying that he's already got one foot out the door at Fiorentina and that he would be very happy and prefer to join Manchester United. So that's where the latest is with Amrabat, but that's an interesting new update that's come in. Thank you, Rushmano, for sending us that. Also, we're getting ready to make a move for Sofian Amrabat. Is another report this evening that we are trying to, start preparing things to go and have the discussions and negotiations with Fiorentina for Amrabat. Another update from Alfredo Padula just come in tonight that says that United now want 15 million for Fred, not 20 million euros. Makes sense, really. I think we probably struggle in the end to get 20 million. There are clubs interested, though, so we'll see about that. But yeah, probably 15 million minimum for Fred is what we're looking for. Makes sense to maybe start the new era. Also, there's a report that says that Nathan Bishop to Sunderland set to be confirmed in the next 24 hours. So that's another youth player out on loan there, guys. So that's set to be confirmed very soon. And Sofian Amrabat also at the end of the game in that friendly match against Grosseto tonight said, if I go away, I don't know, maybe I could stay. So he's just, keeping his cards close to his chest there. It doesn't mean that he's realistically thinking about staying. He's just not trying to piss off the Fiorentina faithful. And just in the eventuality that United don't come in for him. You often see some players like say, oh yeah, I'm interested in going, I'd like to go. And then for whatever reason, the move does not materialize. So it ends up being a bit of a untenable position for that player staying. Who remembers? Was it Peter Odemwingie? Who remembers that, guys? Do you remember that? I think it was Peter Odemwingie, wasn't it? When he went to goodness, who was it now? Was it West Brom or someone? I can't remember now. But he's basically gone on transfer deadline day down to a club with the expectation that he was going to move. And he ended up not moving. Who was that? Was it Peter Odemwingie, guys? I can't remember now, but a long time ago. All I'm saying is sometimes these things happen where it doesn't materialise and it doesn't get finalised and this player doesn't go. So, yet to QPR says, 793, yeah, that was it. 793, you legend, that was hilarious, wasn't it? Do you remember that? He was banging on the gates, let me in, please, there's only an hour left. It was hilarious. Sadio Berahino as well, says Alan Partridge. Okay, yeah. So, interesting. You don't want to count your chickens too soon. That's the point there. I think Amrabat just keeping his cards close to his chest, being coy on the matter, just in case the transfer doesn't materialise and United change their mind or go elsewhere, or the priorities change. Maybe we find out we could perhaps bring, Harry Kane in, and then all of a sudden our budget is completely gone and we can't bring Amrabat. Something like that. It is possible that could be the case, but at this moment in time, it looks like he is Ten Hag's next priority signing after Hojlund, and that we'll be going in for him probably towards the end of the week and hopefully be able to reach some sort of an agreement with Fiorentina for around about 35 million euros soon. But as of right now, there is no bid. So it's just the same as we've been saying the last couple of days. And Mason Greenwood maybe staying Tyler James, which mixes up a few things, doesn't it? And means maybe we don't sign another striker, which we should at the moment if we're not going to be playing with Mason. Jam's the highlight. Hello, you legend. What's going on, lad? Happened with Dan James of Leeds and ended up coming to us, says Vincent. But there's another one as well, yeah. And definitely Odemwingie, yeah. Rushmano, thank you for the likes tally there. He says we got 214 likes. That's absolutely brilliant. Thank you very much for everyone who's hit the like button. Keep hitting the like button. We got 300 legends in here. Let's see if we can get 300 likes. Odemwingie, same thing, and team, wasn't it? Yeah, there you go. Zoomed your face to 5 times. There you go, Boomy. Thank you for doing that, I guess. You've been waiting all evening for a Mason Greenwood comment. Like I said, I talked about it a lot over the last couple of days. You guys know my thoughts. There's an expectation United will deal with the Mason Greenwood situation before the season starts. So we've got a deadline of about 2 weeks when we should know what's going on. I'm just going to wait until it's out officially from the club before I speak about it properly again. But, gut feeling is we probably try to rehabilitate him into the side. City Fan TV and Flying Pig United fan getting in here raw. You what? Mate, thank you for the super sticker there of the sneak peek. I appreciate that. That's a bit of an oxymoron there, isn't it? City Fan TV and Flying Pig United fan. You what, mate? Dude, we've got a 2-club wanker here, lads. No, thank you so much. Very much for that. This is the type of guy to rock up with a half United, half City scarf. You know what I'm saying? Hey, thank you very much, though, bro, for getting in here with a super sticker. I appreciate that. Nice one. Oxymoron, says Rajapi. Feel sorry you have to talk about that twat. Well, there you go, Madhouse. It's one of those, isn't it? People were interested. He is a great talent. He's a great young player, obviously. Unfortunately, bit of a shithouse, it seems. It seems anyway. Nice one. Well, thank you, City Fan TV and Flying Pig United fan. I appreciate that, dude. That's very kind of you anyway, getting in there. I like the name, bro. I like the name. Well, I like the second half of the name. First half of the name's a little bit on the gash side of things. But the second half of the name, I mean, that is beautiful right there. That's beautiful. Cheers. Rushy says, what's the point in half and half scarves? No point in my opinion. They're horrible, aren't they? Why the fuck? I guess if you're going to one specific game and you're trying to commemorate it, maybe it makes sense to buy a half and half scarf just to commemorate that individual game. But people who wear them after that game are indeed absolute tossers. I think that's fair to say, you know what I mean? I've never bought a half and half scarf in my life. But I guess it makes sense if you're trying to commemorate a specific day. But other than that, what's the point? Les Comerford, thank you so much for the super sticker here. He says, hey you. Thank you for the pair, mate. Saying hey you. I appreciate that, lad. Come on. Get some mad love in the chat there for Les Comerford as well. Thank you for the super sticker of justice there, lad. Go on, lad. Thank you very much there, Les Comerford. Much love, dude. Very, very kind of you. Kate says, look at Sub 2's picture. It's half United badge, half City badge. How disgusting. Are you joking me? But he's a full-on City scummer, that guy. What do you mean? Oh, no. Oh, this guy. Oh, yeah, it doesn't show up on the screen, unfortunately. But now you mention it. That's not Sub 2, is it? That's not Sub 2, is it, guys? That's different. Is that Sub 2? I don't know. I don't think it is, unless he's changed his name. I don't know. Oh, get in there, the Hoop Man. Thank you, bro. Oh, the chat on the phone, Sing Games. Right, yeah, I feel you. Marsu, thank you very much for the super chat here as well. Getting in raw from Canada. Cheers for the super chat. He comments and says, real bad window this year. Haven't sold much and no Kane. Got a young Hojlund that should be scoring more than 9 goals in the Serie A league of old men. Well, okay, Marsu. That's one way of looking at it. I mean, I don't think it's been a brilliant transfer window. I think it's been, I'd say, slightly more than satisfactory, where we've got Mount, we've got Onana, we've got Hojlund, and now we're looking to do some more things. So if we get Amrabat as well, like we said earlier on in the afternoon show, I gave it a 7 out of 10 as a transfer window. What do you guys think? If we get Amrabat as well as Hojlund, give this transfer window a rating for United. I gave it a 7 because I just feel like we could do a lot more. You're right, no Kane. Kane is exactly who we should have gone and got, really, because that would have really given us a boost, and it's pure ambition to show the other teams that we mean business, and to also give us a heck of a lot of proven Premier League goals. So if we got Kane as well, it would be a 10 out of 10, in all fairness. So we managed to go and get Kane before the end of the window. It's a 10 out of 10 window. But at this moment, even if we get Amrabat, it's only a 7 out of 10. We've improved. We've got key players for Ten Hag and his system. That does stand for quite a lot. But it's not perfect. And like you say, we haven't got enough players sold yet. We haven't actually seen Maguire go, or McTominay and Fred go, or Martial go, or any of the sort of lingerers that are lingering around the gaff, stinking up the place. We still haven't seen any of them gone, apart from a couple. So you're right, Marsu. It's not perfect at the moment, but it's still a decent window if we get Amrabat. Oh, Rushmano, get in there, you legend. Come on, everyone, get some mad love in the live chat there for Rushmano. Thank you for gifting out 5 memberships on the channel, you beautiful bastard. Get in there, Rushmano. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate that. What an absolute legend, guys. And you may have seen my tweet earlier on tonight, actually. You can go and check out Rushmano's Twitter page, transfers_UTD, for the latest sources. He is my transfer guru. I get a lot of good information from Rushmano. He's got his fingers in many pies all over Manchester. So, you know, go and give him a follow on Twitter, transfers_UTD. But a bloody nice bloke. Thank you very much indeed there for gifting out 5 memberships, Rushy. Very kind of you, mate. He's made Xander Grogan a member. Larry Davies is now a Bacon Brigadier. Also, we've got Devon Naidu as well. Saul Sadiq getting in there raw. And AB. All gifted memberships by the Don, the main man, Mr. Rushy Mano. Thank you very much for that, Rushy. Very kind of you indeed. Thank you so much. Hope you're great. And that's lovely, mate. 5 new gifted memberships from the Don Rushmano. The Bacon Brigade grows stronger. Thank you so much for that. That's awesome. That is awesome. And welcome to the 5 new lucky people as well. Oh, yeah. Thanks for that, Rushy. So just everyone's ratings on this transfer window. Rushy's a bloody legend, by the way. Madhouse 7.5 says Luke FC. 7.5 for the transfer window if we get Amrabat and Hojlund, obviously. 6 says Kingslayer. Defo 7 says Nick. 6 out of 10 says Larry. 6.5 says Rajat. 6 says Marsu. And Singame says 7. So yeah, most people give it a 6 or a 7. I think that's fair, really. I don't think it's an amazing transfer window or anything, is it? Yeah, welcome to all the new members. Definitely, absolutely. Thank you, Rush Mono says, welcome, guys and Pig. Absolute legend. Big time, big time. Welcome to the new members, says the Hoop Man. Always gives memberships away when I come and find them. I come on, don't get seen. You what, Vincent Bullock? You've never gifted a membership away in your life, bud. What are you talking about, lad? Then I come on, don't get seen. You have got seen here, Vincent Bullock. There you go. Dude, you're just a big attention seeker, aren't you, Vincent Bullock, my son? Goodness me. No, I'm just kidding, lad. We all love you around here, Vincent Bullock. Sort of. Nah, you're a don. You're a don. You can become a member. You're already a member, Les Comerford. Look, you're in green. You got access to emojis. You're already a member. You're already a member, bro. Anyway, right, okay, so, guys, I've still got some more stuff to talk about, guys. Bear with me. We've got some stuff to talk about. We'll have a rundown of what we've discussed. We're waiting for maybe a confirmation from Fab or Ornstein or someone like that Hojlund passed his medical, or the first part of his medical, at least today. We've seen a lot of speculative reports on social media, but I'm waiting to give you the proper lowdown on it from somebody legit. So Kane, Bayern Munich, 95 million euros. This is an interesting one as well. So Florian Plettenberg has given us an update on the Kane deal. He says that he understands that Bayern's package is around 95 million euros as of right now, with possible add-ons included. Kane could get a contract until 2028 with options included, no doubt. He would become the top earner of the club. He would replace Mane with it. No new meeting between Bayern and Levy scheduled yet, but all parties are confident to find an agreement as Bayern plans to improve their offer. So, I mean, that is very much... Hey! Rasmus Hojlund has completed his medical. Fuck Harry Kane chat right now. Get in there, my son. Come on. We've got the news, guys. We've got the news we were waiting for. Let's be having you. And it's happened during the show. Fucking get in there, my son. Oh, yes. Rasmus Hojlund, baby. Let's go, guys. He is now officially past this fucking medical, my son. Get in there, you handsome, beautiful bastard, Rushmano. Thanks for giving us that update live. Let me put this up on the screen. Guys. Oh, yes. Let me put this up on the screen, guys, so we can see what's going on. Because we've got latest information coming, guys. Here it is. Boom! From Fabrizio Romano. Let's go. Let's get a hashtag let's go in the live chat. Fuck yeah. There it is right there. Come on. Right, let me just go over to YouTube and update the news. I thought it would be coming out through this show tonight, guys. Oh, yes. Let me go and update the video and make sure we've got the latest information on the title of the vid. Get in there, my son. Come on. Get in there, my son. Finger right on the pulse, mate. As things happen, we bring you the latest news. Oh, yes, we do. Thank you, Rushmano. I'll put breaking. Hojlund passes medical. Boom. Yes, mate. Get in there. That's great stuff. Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. All right, also, hang on. I've got a... Let me change the thumbnail as well. So I've actually got a medical thumbnail I can just use for now. Makes more sense, doesn't it? Soon as it's... Yeah, great stuff. Okay, lovely. Thanks for that, Rushmana. That's very kind, mate. Great update there. And there it is. Fabrizio Romano has tweeted out stating that he understands that Rasmus Hojlund has just completed all medical tests and first part of media duties. Manchester United, as a Manchester United player, Hojlund and his camp believe Carrington right now as a contract will be signed on Wednesday. Get in there, my son. Come on. Wednesday contract signing. That's tomorrow, baby. And then obviously we've got a couple of preseason games coming up against Lens and Bilbao, and just maybe you'll see him feature in one of those games. That's absolutely banging awesome news, guys. Get in there. What a piece of information that's to come out during the late night show. Love it. That is sensational, guys. Absolutely sensational. Thank you, everyone. If that's not worth a like, I don't know what is. Smash the like button and get yourself subscribed. We cover all the latest United news as and when it breaks. We're on 72,722 subscribers as of right now. So do hit the subscribe button if you're new to the show today. Yeah, very buzzing about that. Some people will think we're, I don't know, getting a bit carried away about this guy because he's only scored 9 goals and yada, 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 all the rest of it. These people are just jealous. This guy is only 20 and he is likely to go on and be one of the best strikers in the world in a year or two's time. I'm not expecting too much too soon from Rasmus Hojlund. I'm aware that he needs time to develop and get used to a new league and still hone his skills and hone his game. That's going to take time. It's not going to be happening overnight. You know, it would be too much to expect him to be the ready, finished article at 20 years of age. Ideally, we go and get somebody else in this window to help out scoring goals at the top of the pitch. But essentially speaking, it's a great signing because it's a different type of signing for a striker. It is like it's like a proper one for the future. It's a really great player who's got bags of potential, great attributes, can score you goals, can get you assists, physically a specimen. He's going to be good, I think, peeps. He may not get you 30 goals this season in the Premier League, but give him a couple of years and he should hopefully be getting on to be able to do that for us. So he's maybe not the ideal person to go and bring in right now because we could perhaps do with more firepower in this current season. But in a couple of years' time, we might be looking back at this £72 million transfer as a really good investment. That's what I'm hoping. I think he'll be a success at the football club. Only time will tell on that one. There's ways he could flop. But let us know. Smash a 1 in the chat if you think he is going to be an outright success at Manchester United. Smash a 2 if you think he's all hype and he might flop. Let us know. Get your honest opinions in there. But just on Kane, it does segue us back into Kane. So as I say, Florian Plettenberg reporting that they have an offer in place. Essentially, at this moment, it's believed to be about 95 million euros. Well, that's good, but that's only about 85 million pounds, or even slightly less. So if you think about that, surely that is achievable for Man United, considering we've just signed that new Adidas deal, and lots of ones coming in the live chat here. Most people think he's going to be a great player for us. Fair play to you guys. Thank you. We've just signed that new Adidas deal. Obviously, there's players we can still move on. We are hoping that gash bags like Maguire will be sold, and maybe even McTominay and Fred and Martial and Henderson and everybody else as well who we can possibly get rid of. Real Sociedad are interested in Donny van der Beek. Yeah, big time, mate. That'd be fucking awesome, Jamsa Highlights, lad. Absolutely, dude. Yeah, so Jamsa's running the old Flying Pig United Extra channel now. There is another channel, Flying Pig United Extra. Remind me at the end of this stream, Jamsa, and I'll with that, if you can come in under that account, and I'll put the link at the top of the chat again, mate. Top man. It does depend on him getting service. True, these guys not the best at providing service for the forwards. You are right about that, bud. Fair point, you are absolutely spot on. So, great news. We wanted it anyway that he's passed his medical. But for Kane, all I was saying is £85 million, it's not that much money. Surely it's achievable for Manchester United to sell 1 or 2 gash players, use some of the money we've just generated and go and buy Harry Kane as well for maybe closer to £100 million. £100 million. It's insane to spend on Kane. But what a sort of show of ambition that is. It would really give us exactly what we need. Rasmus and Kane throughout the season would give us all the goals that we need, I believe. So I'm not ruling it out yet. And if I was the Manchester United owner, it's exactly what I'd be doing, is getting rid and consolidating all these gash players into one easy, manageable monthly Harry Kane. That's what I'd be doing. Getting this Harry Kane fella in there. Even get rid of Greenwood to a Saudi club for 30 million. Whatever the case may be. Just get rid of all the guff, get rid of all the baggage at the club and consolidate it into Harry Kane. So that we've finally got ourselves a great goal scorer for the next few seasons. He's exactly what we need now. And then Rasmus Hojlund, by the time Harry Kane is ready to hang up his boots at United, Rasmus Hojlund is coming into his prime years as an early 23, 24-year-old. He'll be ready to do the business for us properly then. And for Rasmus Hojlund at 20, we're asking too much too soon for him to go and be that level of player like a Haaland or a Kane in the Premier League right now. We're asking too much. So it's almost perfect. He would get a lot of games because Kane's not going to play all the games. Kane would play regularly as the number 1 choice, of course. But then beyond that, Rasmus Hojlund would still get a shitload of games in all different competitions to be able to play lots of football. I think it's perfect. And what a player to come on, 20 minutes left in the game, etc. What a player to have. So perfect if we could get both of them in there. We saw some quotes from Ten Hag the other day that said that he thought he was... that said that he... Slip of the tongue there, guys. That said that he... really rates Harry Kane and think he's one of the best strikers in the world, and he could go down as one of the best Premier League players ever, or the best Premier League player ever. And that would basically insinuate that he'd have to stay in the Premier League in order to go down as that sort of level player, which just goes and hints at the fact that maybe we would try and go and get him. So Harry Kane is very much still wanted by Man United fans. He's wanted by Ten Hag. If money wasn't an object, I'm sure Ten Hag would have him in the squad. We have got Hojlund, so it's no real necessity, I guess, to go and get Harry Kane because we've got Hojlund and we've still got Greenwood at the club who may be introduced back into things. But certainly Harry Kane would make us title challengers, wouldn't he? Right now, I don't have the confidence deep down in my piggy loins to say that we can challenge for the title this season. Even when we sign Amrabat, it's still up in the air. There's still big difference between the likes of Manchester's Cheaty right now and their squad that they've got. There is a big difference. But if we got Kane, if we would be able to have the confidence that we can score a lot of goals up there, crikey, and Hojlund, crikey, I would really feel like we would have a good chance of challenging. Kane will be signed by August 31st. Love that flex for this. Well, it's a little bit wishful thinking, isn't it? But at this moment, we've got to try and stay positive. We are actually signing players this summer. We've just signed a new deal with Adidas. We might be able to sell a lot of gash players that have been lingering around the club and are paid a lot of money. As I say, Martial and Maguire are combined over £400,000 a week in wages. That covers Harry Kane's wages, no doubt. That'll cover all of Kane's wages. And then beyond that, you just need to generate a bit of cash. Well, you might get 10 mil for Martial, you might get 20 mil for Maguire, you might get 20 mil for Donny, you might get 30 million for McTominay, you might get 15 million for Fred. That's enough to buy Kane right there. So sell all those players and it solves a heck of a lot of our issues of not being able to, sign this guy. But if I'm Spurs, I'm not accepting £85 million, which is what this deal is essentially saying. 95 million euros is what's understood to be the deal, maybe with some add-ons. But that's not as good as what Man United could potentially pay to convince them to sell to a Premier League rival. We could end up maybe offering £100 million. Well, that's £15 million sterling more than what Bayern could potentially offer. And they'd be crazy in their right mind to cut their nose off to spite their face and let him go to Bayern and save and waste £15 million just because for 2 games a season he's going to play against them for United. Spurs are always going to finish below Man United anyway, so it doesn't matter who we've got banging in the goals. Yes, he will come back to haunt them twice a year, but that's what the 15 million quid's for. The extra incentive to not sell him to Bayern and to sell him to us. So I would spend £100 million on Harry Kane tomorrow. I would do it. I know I've said he's not worth that, and he's not worth that. He's only got a year left. He's 29 now. He's just turned 30, actually. He's literally just 30 now. He's not worth £100 million. Who is? But his goals are undeniable. 30 last season for Spurs. So I would pay £100 million just to get him. It's just as simple as that, just to get the guy in. Let's ask the live chat. How much would you pay for Harry Kane just to get the deal done with Spurs? How much would you pay maximum to get the deal done? I would go to £100 million. I really would. Especially if we can get rid of all these tossers that are at the club stinking up the gaff at this moment in time. Why not? Why not reinvest that money? Why not generate the cash by getting rid of Maguire and co? And then going to buy Harry Kane with it and then having Hojlund and Kane at the top. It would be truly sensational. Be absolutely sensational. So I'm just hoping that that's on the agenda and it's possible that it can happen. It would be obviously very, very exciting to have Kane and Hojlund. Fantastic news, guys. So I'm loving this update there from Fabrizio anyway that says that Hojlund has just completed all the medical tests and first part of media duties as a Manchester United player. So we should be seeing, him wearing the United shirt tomorrow and hopefully officially announced by Manchester United tomorrow. It's expected the contract signing, etc. will take place tomorrow. So he should be, so tomorrow, technically tonight is Rasmus Eve and tomorrow will be Rasmus Day. Technically that's what it is. So tonight's Rasmus Eve, tomorrow's Rasmus Day. That's going to be the day that we open up our present and we party, baby. Oh yeah. Good evening there, Neil Gilbert. Thanks for getting in here. Right, I'm just going to get into the chat for a little bit about this whole Kane Hojlund situation. See what you guys are saying. 120 million, says Alan. 80, says Kingston. 120, says Johnny. 75, says Jamie. Berber says 100 million. He's world class. He literally is world class. So world class is a phrase that's bandied around too much. But Kane, in my humble opinion, if he was available for the right price, Spurs kind of priced about the market sometimes, but for the right price, surely he'd be wanted by every club in the world. Every club in the world. I could see him being a great replacement over at Real Madrid, for instance, for Benzema. I could see him playing, obviously Bayern want him. That goes to tell you everything. Bayern don't fanny around with subpar melts. Bayern want the best of the best. So Bayern want him. I would imagine all the top clubs in Italy would want him if they could, but they can't get him. So, you know, all of these different teams around the world would want Harry Kane. We should be no different. He is a class act. 130 says Vincent, 70 mil says Adam, 100 mil says United, 99 says UY, 85 says Batman, 70 says Irish, 100 with 10 million add-ons says Xander, based on performance. 85 says Caleb, 120 says Mike Hill, 100 million would get Kane. I think you're right, Cake. You know, they're going to lose this guy for nothing in a year, or they can take 100 million pounds from Man United. I think you're right. 100 million, 85, 90. 85, 100 million is fair. I'd go to 120. Wow, fair play. 80 says the Vutinator. Defo not going to United. I don't know, Joel. How do you know? He's definitely not going to City, is he? Even though you tried to get him a year ago before Haaland came, or, you know, the season, last year, there was a report that you'd gone in for 100 million for him, but they wanted too much money, and you obviously ended up going for Haaland. He's not going to City. Hey, Mark Harris, what's going on, lad? He says 35 quid and a Frey Bentos. Oh, Luke Shaw would snap your hand off for that one. Exactly. Due to Rukuju, Johnny says nonsense talk. Harry Kane holds all the aces. Levy will sell to whoever Harry Kane wants to go. It's as simple as that. Well said as well, Johnny. That's it. If Harry Kane says, I don't want to go and play in Germany, I want to play in the Premier League. I'm building a legacy here of being the best Premier League footballer of all time and potentially have the ability to break Alan Shearer's all-time goal-scoring record, which he's not even that far from, really. Few seasons and he'd absolutely do it. You know, maybe he wants to stay in the Premier League. And if United's the only offer on the table from a Premier League club, crikey, he's going to go, isn't he? He's not going to stay at those shithouses Spurs and never win a trophy. So I actually agree with you, Johnny. The biggest say here is to do with Kane. What about if Kane just goes, well, you know what, actually, I don't want to go to Bayern. I'm just going to sit and chill for a year and play gash football at Spurs for a year. If they want to put me out to pasture in the reserves or whatever, fine. Or I'll just get my head down and play for a year, and then I can go and join somebody as a free agent in a year's time, get more money, and go and join whoever I want. He could do that. So you're absolutely right, Johnny. Harry Kane does hold all the aces right now. Completely agree with you. So if he wants to go to Manchester United, if Man United are prepared to pay the money, we could see it happen. Whatever it takes, the shirt sold alone would generate millions. That's so true, yeah. You would pay 70 mil. You'd not go above 80 for Kane with 1 year left. Well, if Bayern are offering 85 million pounds, which this report from Florian Plettenberg says that they are, we'd have to go a bit higher than that in order to get them to sell them to us, I think. But still, Kane would maybe have the final say. Maybe he does want to play for Bayern, though. Let's face it, Bayern's a great club. And as we've talked about, he does have the potential at Bayern to win trophies, guaranteed. So he can end his career with several trophies, many Bundesligas, German Cups, maybe even a Champions League if he goes to Bayern Munich. So he would get exactly what everybody always takes the piss out of him about now. The fact that he's not got any trophies. If he went to Bayern, he's guaranteed to win trophies. So, you know, that is something that cannot be said about United. Man United can't guarantee him trophies. Not right now. We would be in a much better placed position with him in the side, and we are growing over the coming seasons, obviously, with Ten Hag and maybe a potential new owner coming in, hopefully. So we're expecting that United will challenge, but there's no guarantees there. City are ahead at this moment. Yeah, I know, Clinton. We've got that up on the screen. Rasmus Hojlund has completed his medical. There is the information there. He's done it, mate. Get in there. He is going to be a United player tomorrow, officially by the sounds of it as well. So he should have the paperwork signing tomorrow. He's done some media duties already tonight, i.e. taking photos of him in a United shirt and all that sort of stuff. And, you know, and that's a fair point as well, Mark Harris. You know, it's not just about Harry Kane, is it? Maybe his missus doesn't want to go and live in Munchen, you know? Marsu, thank you for the $2 Canadian super chat, bro. He says, Osserman for 140 million plus 3 players. Wow. Okay, well, he would be a great addition to Man United squad as well. Absolutely, he would be one to go and get. But again, it's quite unlikely. The money involved is a lot. I saw that there was an offer from, was it Al Ali earlier on today for him for 120 million. So I don't know. I mean, who knows? I don't think he would go to Saudi Arabia, but he's another one. Look, if we can't get Kane, then yeah, Osserman should be looked at as well. Osserman could be a great player for us. I am happy for our fullbacks this season, Alkan Mamu. It's obviously if we can go and improve and get another better player, then fine. Like, I would love to see us go and sign Alphonso Davies next year or something. But right now, you know, we've got Shaw and Malacia on the left and Aaron Wan-Bissaka and Dallo on the right. We could do a lot worse than that. They certainly give us good options there. So, no, I'm okay with the wing backs. I think they're good. I don't think either of them are world class. They're not world class, but they're very good. They're very good. Time to think of a song for Hojlund. Any ideas, guys? Oh, Rasmus Hojlund. Oh, Rasmus Hojlund. Oh, Rasmus Hojlund. Oh, Rasmus Hojlund. Simple but effective. To the theme of the Robin Van Persie chant. You know what I'm saying? Anyway. You're not sure of our team on average, Pig? We've got some world-class talents in there. Need to add a couple more. We should be pretty good. No cup of tea tonight. I've got a cup of water. Exactly, Lucky Singh. Focus on selling players first. And then maybe we can talk Kane. That's a fair point as well. They're offered Osman $1 million a week as well to join them. Crazy money. So you might just go there for the cash. That's a fair point, isn't it? That is a fair point. Guys, we've got 313 legends in the stream tonight. Smash that like button. Help us get to 300 likes. We're only 33 likes away from 300. That'd be amazing to hit that for this medical news stream tonight. Smash that like button. Also, we're creeping up in the subscribers. Hit the old subscribe, guys, and help us get to 73,000 subscribers. You don't feel confident about our defence? Our titty fuck. Yes, indeed. That's Stephen Gerrard's team. Our titty fucky. Subscribe to the channel. Thank you, Rushmano. Yeah, there's a few players that certainly are a little bit dodgy, but that's why we're trying to sign new players. That's what we're trying to sign new players for, isn't it? Yeah. Oh, yeah, look at these guys. City fans are calling him a fake Haaland. I mean, he's different player to Haaland. That's what the funny thing is. Just because he's got... This is how dumb Manchester City fans are, because he's got a similar sounding name. They're like he's a fake Haaland. You know what I mean? He's a totally different player to you. Just because he's 6'3", and is tall and has a name similar, doesn't mean he's a fake Haaland. He's actually a different player, lad. He's a totally different player. He's actually a player that can get involved in the build-up, get you assists, is intelligent. He's not just some big play on the last man, get in the box, big, massive, gangly, praying mantis-looking player of a man who can finish things off, which is what he is. He's a great player, obviously, Haaland. But he's not all-encompassing. He's one-dimensional. Harry Kane, for instance, is a much more well-rounded player than Haaland. Haaland's a great finisher, and he's physical. He gets in the box, he puts it away. But I tell you something, Kane is a much better overall footballer than Haaland, and Hojlund has the potential to be also. So steady on there, my son. Kane is an overall better footballer than Haaland. 100%. Smash a 1 if you agree with that statement. I'm not talking about just goal scoring, but in that sense, I think Kane's got parity with him. But overall, I'm talking about the vision. I'm talking about everything, the dropping deep, the getting involved in the build-up play, the intelligence of play, the vision, the everything, movement, everything. Obviously, Haaland's movement's brilliant. His finishing's brilliant. But he's not a complete player by any means. He's not complete. Oh, no. A few ones coming in here. Thank you, guys. Thank you, DJ Lizard, for subscribing to the channel there, bro. No, Haaland's a nuclear weapon. Well, it's fair. He is class. No, he is class. He's a goal machine. Definite goal machine, Mark Harris. But all I'm saying is he's not as complete a player as some others. People dick ride him big time because he's scored them a shitload of goals. Do you know what? I can't wait until Ten Hag gets his old Ghostbusters hose out and just douses that twat down and sends him back to that fucking painting. I've had enough of this Vigo the Carpathian looking melt, to be honest. Let's hope he gets bloody injured. Anyway, just saying, he's obviously a great player. He's obviously a break. Yeah, he's a specialist finisher. Fair enough. You think he's a better specialist finisher? I'm not so sure, Alan. I'm not so sure. I think about Kane and all the finishes he can pull off, his movement, the hanging back in space, the heading, and he is just as good as Haaland at that. I always go back to how many goals would Kane score for City last season if he was playing instead of Haaland, and it's just as many, 36, I reckon. Just as many, if not more. So that's what I would say. I'd say Kane is better all-rounder. Haaland's only a finisher. Kane a 9 out of 10. There you go, Don Berber. Exactly. I'm with you, bud. Kane is way, way better than Haaland, says Edward Reed. Spot on. I mean, to be fair, he is 6 or 7 years older than Haaland. Haaland's what, like 22, 23? 23, I think he is. I mean, let's face it. At 23, as far as a 23-year-old player goes, he's about the best goal-scoring 23-year-old you're going to be likely to see. I mean, his goal record in the Premier League last season proves that. He broke the all-time record in a 38-game season, or any season. 36 goals. So you can't deny him. He's a great player, but Kane's a more complete player. And if we had Kane, we'd be able to challenge those City fucks for the title. Haaland will get found out soon. I hope you're right, Sing Games. I really, really do. Mark Harris says, wishing a player an injury isn't cool, boss. Hey, fair enough. You know what, though, Mark Harris, to be honest, I hope he does his ACL, the big Vigo-looking twat. I was like, yeah, there you go. Maybe it's not cool. Not cool for a City fan like you, bud. But to me, it is cool. I'm just sad that we can't get Roy Keane to come out and snap him a la his dad. Roy Keane snapped your dad. Roy Keane snapped your dad. Do you know what I'm saying? Like father, like son. Snap his fucking leg off, mate. That's what I would like to see, bud, yeah? Call me an evil human being if you want. You know what I'm saying? City don't deserve him. That's what I'm saying. City don't deserve these goals. They don't deserve that level of player. Snap him, mate. Fucking snap him. You know what I'm saying? Oh... Anyway. True though, isn't it? I'm just bantering, but you know. Oh, anyway, right, yeah, Roy Keane, what a fucking legend. Stacey says, well, this is a nasty man. Oh, I'm sorry, but, you know, I honestly, you know, it's like one of those, when a rival player, especially a good rival player, gets injured and it hurts their team, I can't help but go like this. You know what I mean? Bit of a wry smile. Do you know what I mean? Bit of a wry smile. Can't help it. Just how it is. I'd like him to be snapped. Thank you, make the most of it. I appreciate you. Alan Partridge says it's true. I know. It's like when you hear about it, it just fills you with joy. You know what I mean? You know others feel that way about our players, so let's enjoy it when it happens to those guys. Nobody wants to see a professional injured for a long time. Thank you, Prim. Exactly. Eamon says, go to your own channel, City twats. We won't miss you. Exactly. Oh, goodness me. Do you know what, Joel? I'd find it funny, mate. I would find it funny, Joel MCFC. You know why? Because I'm not a complete stick-up-my-arse City fucking Meltoid. That's why, bud. It's called fun and banter, lad. It's called fun and banter. You might want to look it up. Exactly. Matt Norton, thank you very much for your $4.99 super chat there, bro. Says it's not hard to shut Haaland down. He did nothing against us in the game at Old Trafford in the FA Cup final. The Casemiro effect. Yeah, good point. Look at him in that Inter Milan final in the Champions League as well. He was shite, wasn't he? Absolutely right, Matt Norton. No, he hopefully will get found out. Thank you, Nick Stevenson. Hopefully we'll be found out anyway. You can't make a channel for 5 fans, says Orlando. That's it. The City channels, they're struggling. They're struggling for audience. Oh. Anyway. Thank you very much, Larry. Yeah, City scum, softest baby shit. Well said, Larry lad. Well said. Joel's the other City fan, exactly. Yeah, definitely. Oh, man, oh, man, oh, man. So, I heard that there was, in some of the pre-season games this season for City, and there was only a few fans in the stadium, apparently. And, you know, this is how it goes, really. Apparently, this bloke went down there and he tried to, they're not very friendly there. He tried to talk to the fan that was sitting next to him. And he said to him, "Oi, mate! Are you alright?" And the other fan said, "Piss off!" You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. That's the fan sat next to him, for Pete's sake. These guys can't fill a stadium, mate. Do you know what I'm saying? There's fucking shitloads of seats in between those tosses. That's what I'm saying, anyway. Right, guys, listen. I've got to do a rundown of what we've discussed. Got to do a rundown of what we've discussed in this video. Then I'm going to get into the live chat, of course, for a bit of a Q&A. Take us up to midnight, because why not, eh? We're having fun. Right, okay then. Okay, so what was I going to say? Yeah, let's do a rundown of what we discussed. So, Hojlund medical done, guys. Get in. The announcement should be coming tomorrow. Happy days. We've also got reports that Johnny Evans may be given a 1-year deal. Fabrizio confirmed earlier that Donny van der Beek is a target for Real Sociedad, and they've begun negotiations with Manchester United. West Ham apparently made an offer for Amrabat. Those tossers need to back off, probably just to try and, I don't know, get McTominay off us for cheaper or something. So please come and get McTominay. Amrabat's close to being negotiated, so we haven't started negotiations or bidding or anything like that just yet, but soon that will happen, hopefully towards the end of the week, once Hojlund's been officially confirmed, etc. And we're expecting around about 35 million euros as the overall value of that deal. He prefers United, he wants United, and there's no issues there. But there are, reports, like I say, that West Ham are maybe interested in him also. Everton and West Ham are interested in Slabby Maguire, is a new report that came out this evening, that Everton and Sean Dyche are prepared to go in for him. And Bayern are currently in negotiations with Spurs for Kane, and with around about a 95 million euro offer currently on the table, which is about 80 odd million pounds. And Manchester United have the option, I guess, to try and beat that sometime before the window closes, or sometime before they do a deal with Bayern. So get in there, my son. Those are basically the big stories. We're waiting for, obviously, the official announcement from Manchester United should be coming tomorrow. But other than that, guys, it's Rasmus Eve and it's Rasmus Day tomorrow. Get in there, my son, Rasmus Hojlund. Oh, come on, mate, let's go. There he is. Right. Anyway, I'm going to get into the live chat now for a bit of a Q&A. And before I do, I'm going to go over to Twitter and shout out all the legends who have retweeted us. It's pinned at the top of the live chat. Go over there, give us a retweet. I'm going to shout you all out. Thanks to everyone that helps us spread the word on Twitter by sharing it around. Let's see who's shared it. We got 19 retweets, peeps. 19 retweets. Oh, yes. 19 retweets. Thank you to everyone who's done that. Boomy, Stephen Braun, Aaron Homeyard, Anthony Ong, Wizzy KE as well. I'm going to follow you back, Wizzy. I'm your 100th follower, lad. Get in there. Ronnie Dodge, Kieran, Kal-El, Vincent Bullock, Richard Westerpack, Jarvis Cocker. Let's be having you, my son. Paul Nangle, CZ Bam, Tiger Woods, John Boy Cat, ADV, Jamza Highlights, Jaden, and Sin Games. Get it in there raw, lad. Thank you so much, everybody, for retweeting the show. That does help us out and help spread the word of the channel. So I really appreciate everyone who's done that. In fact, we've now had 20 retweets. And Mark Goddard is the other one who's retweeted us, and a quoted tweet from transfers_UTD as well. Mate, thank you so much there, everybody. The 21 retweeters who have retweeted us there. That's very kind. Nice one, guys. Nice one. Right, I'm going to get into the chat for a few minutes, see what you legends are saying. God, it's late tonight. God, we've been going for an hour and 41 minutes tonight. Crikey, time flies when you're having fun and taking the piss out of City Scum, doesn't it? Yeah. City fans have their fan meetups in a phone box as a silly place to squat. Get in there, my son. Come on. Barno says, day 44 of asking for a free subscription. I can't hand them out, Barno. They're totally random. Gifted memberships go to people randomly, lad. I'm glad Evans is back. Keep past players' dreams alive. Yeah, exactly. 3 Premier League titles from that guy. Can't argue with it. Experience is there. Daddy's only playing a backup role anyway. Good luck to Donny van der Beek. Indeed. City Scum Cheater, says Los Comaford. Thank you very much, Rushmano. Says smash a like for the pig. It really helps the channel. Amrabat rejected the club that bottom half of the table at best. Well, there you go. If you had an offer from West Ham or United, you'd go to United, wouldn't you? Nick Stevenson says, I could take the piss out of City all night. With the new extensions being done on the stadium, the Etihad will become the biggest telephone booth ever built. Love it, love it. Get in there, my son. Disco Dave. Oh, Disco Dave is in here. 6 years plus watching this channel. I still bloody love this channel. Banter is epic from this community. Mate, you're absolutely spot on. It really is. It's a great place to come and talk about United, isn't it? We've built something special here over the years, guys. Thank you for that, DJ Disco Dave. You're a long-time, long-schlong viewer, lad. Gattuso says, legends of the footballer. Evans is trash, says Colt Jackson. Well, he's not, though, is he? He's a good standard player. He's not, Maldini or anything. But for a 35-year-old player, you'll be hard-pressed to find a more experienced quality, winner that has been at United and shown what a good player he was at Leicester as well still. And he's a good addition to the squad. That's all. He's not going in there to take the place of Lisandro Martinez or Varane, but he's coming in as a backup. Great player to have around. Yeah, you can't choose who to gift membership to. Yes, indeed, Flying Pig United Extra. Guys, so we've got a new channel set up, which is called Flying Pig United Extra, and we're closing in on 200 subscribers at the moment. I'll get the link for it. Go and subscribe to it if you haven't done so. Help us get to 200 subscribers. Here is the link, guys. It's Flying Pig United Extra, and it's just basically going to be clips and random topics and stuff. Jamza Highlights is running it. What an absolute don. So big up Jamza Highlights. Check out Jamza Highlights as well. But Flying Pig United Extra, I'll pin it to the top of the chat there, guys. I've just put the link into the channel. Saying subscribe, so I'll just pin it to the top of the chat there. Guys, go on over and subscribe to that channel. That'd be nice. Do you like my previous comment? The long one, not the short one, says Vincent Bullock. Goodness me, you're always doing this to me, aren't you, Vinci? You're making me go and scroll up there and have a look. He says, Pig, did you like my last comment? I'm guessing that was the short one. There it is. This is the long one. He says, Pig, pick a City fan. I think he means Pig. Pig, a City fan came up to me and asked me where the entrance was for the City Stadium. I said, see that big line of people? I said, that's not it. That line's for the chip shop. That's a bloody good one from you, Vincent, I must say. That is, lad. I didn't know you had it in you, Vincent Bullock, lad. That's bloody good. I did like that. I don't know, Neil Gilbert. It's a disgrace, isn't it? Absolutely, it's a disgrace. Maguire is better at the back than a snail, but not better than a raccoon, says Edward Reed. Bloody hell. 284 likes. That's awesome, guys. Only 16 away from 300. Evans has more played games this season than Jones played in 10 years. Pig, we did the treble in 98, 99, 30. Man City cheated, so the treble as always will be tinted. I'm just waiting for them to be punished, lad. I know, you're spot on. They cheated. It's tainted. They should be punished. At some point, surely they have to face justice for their outright blatant cheating. Surely. Playing Evans is worse than Maguire, says Andy Corkin. That's a good one, Vincent Bullock. I like it. I guess so, Edward Reed. It depends how much he costs. You know, he's not going to be as expensive, even though we've paid a lot of money for him. He's not going to be as expensive as a Kane or a Haaland, obviously, no way near. So for the right price, he probably is worth a punt, lad, for the right price. But it depends how much his price is, of course. You have more subscribers than City fans. Fact, says Let's Go Foot. Evans will be the new Maguire out of his depth from day one, says Ryan. Do I know any Confucius quotes, says Madhouse. I believe I do, actually, Madhouse. Yes, here's one for you. If a slabby Maguire scores an own goal, but nobody is around to see him, is he in fact as shit as everybody thinks? Or... No, sorry, I've completely bottled this. Madhouse. No, I don't know any Confucius quotes. Sorry, bud. Do you believe in the heart in Ten Hag? Of course I do, Ravensman Sand. Of course I do. Need a real striker. Yeah, you know, Kane hopefully is still on the agenda. That's the dream. About earlier when someone asked, I was just thinking for a Rasmus song and chat. How about Welcome Christmas from How the Grinch Stole Christmas, but substituted the Fahu for Rose part. I don't know the reference myself, but somebody might. I actually don't know the... All right, instead of Welcome Christmas, it's Welcome Rasmus. Right, okay. Simply having a Rasmus Hojlund time. We're simply having a wonderful Rasmus time. I don't know about that. Rasmus time. Lots of goals and wine. No, we need to have a think about it. Confucius say, man who moved with lead feet is slab of shite. The RVP one much better. Oh, Rasmus Hojlund. Oh, Rasmus Hojlund. Get in there, my son. Donny update, says Rushmano. Let's have a look at this. New update in regards to Donny van der Beek. Donny van der Beek has been deemed surplus to requirements and Man United willing to let him go. This is via Simon Jones of the Mail. So, okay. Thank you for the update there. That's interesting. I mean, yeah, he may well be surplus to requirements because of... Well, we don't really need him, do we? That sort of means he's surplus. He's not going to play much. So I think he is surplus to requirements, really. And he'll be a good player for someone. If we can generate 20 or 25 mil, brilliant. But, you know, I still would rather see McTominay and Fred go and maybe keep Donny around the gaff. But depends who we can sell and who the bids are coming in from. If we can't get bids for McTominay, we might be stuck with a guy. Used to go watch City. My mate was the only City fan who used to pay for the beer and the chippies at St. Games. Oh, brilliant. Oh, my goodness me. Sprinting, flying down the pitches for fast. Yes, indeed. Oi, 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 Hojlund. You what? Oh, Sancho in. I'm Sancho in for this season and out if he can't actually get to be a decent player for us. You hope Rashford don't have pressure. He's got pressure being a United player, to be fair. If Kane comes in, his pressure's gone. But if he doesn't, then there's big pressure on Rasmus to score goals and also just to, you know, live up to that price tag. The media will hound him. He's got pressure on him, definitely. But let's hope he can eat that pressure for breakfast. Pressure makes diamonds. He runs down the right. The boy Rasmus makes Haaland look shite. Says Primo, that's a good one, lad. I like that. Good stuff right there, Primo. That's a banger, lad. Yes, he runs down the left. He runs down the right. That boy that boy Rasmus makes Haaland look shite. That's banging, lad. That's an absolute banger. Definitely. Oh, it's Hojlund, you know. Give him the ball and he'll score goals. All right, yeah, to the tune of Magic by Pilot. Right, yeah, got you there. Nice one. I like it. I like it a lot. Thank you very much for getting your chance in here, guys. So, apparently Simon Jones says there are concerns from Sociedad about Van der Beek's injury record, but they have nevertheless chosen to enter into talks with Man United about a possible transfer. So we'll see if that materialises for Donny van der Beek. Late night information coming in, and apparently we want £25 million for Donny. Seems a lot of cash, but hey, there we go. Jay Gar says, I'll be happy if we finally wrap up this Gvardiol deal. Yeah, fair enough. Looks like a good sign in that one, to be honest. I don't know, Ryan. I fucked it, lad. Anyway, guys, right. So it's bedtime. It's actually midnight now, guys. And to be perfectly honest with you, I need to go to the toilet really badly. I've been needing to go. I've been turtling for a while. So I got to go, guys. Thank you, everyone, for getting in here for the stream tonight. It's been an absolute pleasure. Make sure you do what Rushmano says and subscribe to the channel. We're going to be on here daily, giving you the latest United updates and the latest evening updates of United's transfer window, covering all the latest news. So thanks, everyone, for watching. You're a bunch of legends. Great banter tonight. Great chat, as always. Thank you, each and every one of you legends, for getting in here and interacting with me in the live chat. You're a bunch of legends. Come back tomorrow, because in the afternoon we'll be on and we'll be covering, hopefully, the official announcement by the club of Rasmus Hojlund and potentially any new transfer dealings that take place. Now that Hojlund's basically done, we should start turning our attention to Amrabat and, you know, maybe somebody else. We'll see. Harry Kane still possibility, I suppose. Thank you, all these legends on screen here, each and every one of you legends, and everybody else as well in the chat who's watching this stream. Thanks for watching the stream, guys. Thanks for getting in. King Kong's finger, there you go, exactly. Thanks so much, guys, for getting in. Appreciate you all. Thank you to Rushmano for gifting out 5 members on the channel, by the way. Really appreciate it. Thank you so much. You sent me a message. Okay, nice one, Flying Pig United fan extra. I will read that in a bit, lad. Cheers, Jay Garth. Thank you, Madhouse. The Vootinator, we're only 9 likes away from 300 likes. Keep smashing that like button. Help us get to 300 likes. Thank you. Hey, Ben Dor. Everyone, have a great night. All you legends, love you too, man. Thank you so much for getting in here. Big up yourselves. Stay classy, legend. Thank you to all the moderators of the channel in blue for helping keep the community free of city wankers being rude. And also, you know, moderating the chat. And thank you to all the members in green who are channel members and support this channel and help us do what we do here. You're a bunch of legends. Thank you, Rushy. Thank you, everyone else, for getting in here. You're a bunch of heroes. Sing Games, no worries, mate. Well, you know, better 10 minutes behind than a city scummer. Thank you for tuning in. Good night. God bless. Thanks for all the updates, by the way, Rushmano, throughout the show, and everyone else as well. Thank you so much for tuning in. God bless you all. Like, subscribe, comment. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, and Twitch at Flying Pig United. At the end of this stream, go over here to the Clips channel, Flying Pig United Extra, and subscribe to Flying Pig United Extra. There's the link in the live chat there. Go over there and give us a subscribe, guys. There will be clips and random bits and bobs posted over there, so keep a lookout. Good night, God bless. Click that bell icon for notifications. Follow the socials in the description, and I'll see you tomorrow with the latest updates. Goodbye, Simon, and everybody else. Thank you, Rushy, mods and members, and everybody in this community. Great chat tonight, guys. I'll check that as well. Sing Games, absolute legend. Thank you so much for all the help. Good night, God bless. That's it from me. Good night. Thanks for tuning in. Piggy loves you. Remember, when the seagulls follow the trawler, this is because they think sardines will be thrown into the sea. Thank you very much.